rock.
Jimmy Juice Podcast, man.
Let's go.
Figgy Fig, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rockett, born and raised in the H-Town, Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go in the jacuzzi, smoking threats. I got my feet up. Cut them haters off, I told them beat it. I don't need you. Spent 50 racks in cash, but it's all good. I got my visa. This rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa. My ghetto, Nikeisha. I beat it like a creature. She always like my sneakers. These Jordan 5 pink aces. Let's go. I'm knocking them down, baby, back in the row. He really the one. They already know. Put on all of my chains, go put on the show.
Giving no gems, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. I need it back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10 toes down on the page. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gym, fippin' juice. Rockin' gym, fippin' juice. Rockin' gym, fippin' juice. Rockin' gym, fippin' juice. Let's go. Gym, fippin' juice. Rockin' gym, fippin' juice. Rockin' gym, fippin' juice. Rockin' gym, fippin' juice. Go, let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone who still considers the Astros cheaters? Fuck y'all.
I caught a plane out to I caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening.
We some family men. We getting it paper.
Yeah, you know, every time I see the Astros clip in our intro, I start to wonder, like, where did it all go wrong, man?
Yeah, I'm kind of torn between that clip because that was like the good times, and I don't know if we can put those times back. And then the other side of me is like, man, let's take that stuff off, man. Look super old. That's like me talking about the Cavaliers championship, man. It's almost 10 years ago, but
Look, it ain't that old. And look, what do we have to celebrate on that scale since then?
yeah,
Let's be real. So, like, unless the Texans make a championship run, that'll replace it, or the Rockets do something in the playoffs, maybe. And even then, I don't think people would care unless they get in the finals. But that's that's going to be the biggest Houston sports moment until the Texans do something, man.
yeah, I agree. I think we're gonna have some good moments this year. At least we got some damn highlights. Highlights, man. It was, and look, man, I felt so bad for the like the radio home of the Texans, because back in like 2021, 2022, they couldn't really promote anybody because you don't know who's gonna be there long term. They had no high draft pick, and it was nobody to like put on the imaging. It was, I mean, you couldn't sit there and be like, "Oh, hey, this is Davis Mills, quarterback of the Houston."
I remember that. Yeah, we had to run those commercials, and they had to
he was the one person they was kind of promoting. So it was just like, man, it was tough, man. It was real tough, but they got stars everywhere now.
Yep. Miguel on YouTube. What's up, Miguel? Says it's a great day. Jose Abreu was gone. Yeah, man. He was released. I haven't been watching a whole lot of Astros, man. I just been watching the box scores and just shaking my head and moving on. But apparently he was horrible. He's been called like the worst signing of the Crane era.
Yeah. Some people was in history, like in recent history. I ain't talking about back in the 90s and nothing like that. In recent history, that was probably one of the worst signings.
Yeah. And I saw Jeff Luno's wife getting active on Twitter, you know, talking some shit, you know, but I get it. Look, you have to wonder, because I know nothing lasts forever and dynasties fall, especially in sports, but it seemed like it happened way too quick with the Astros, man. Like, how do we go from all the time getting ALCS set like 7 years straight to being this bad? I've never seen a fall off that quick without like an entire maybe since like the Bulls when Jordan and them left. and they just blew the whole thing up and they were ass.
Yeah, was that 99? I don't
Yeah.
know how good they were in 99, but I don't know if they made the playoffs or anything. But since that Jordan run, man, they haven't been the same since.
Nah, man. It's almost like they're cursed. You know, they had Derrick Rose, he gets hurt. And then ever since then, they just been circling the drain, man. Can't get right.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I've never seen a team go from hero to zero this quick, man. I just don't understand why you would. The analytic thing, man, I understand we don't like analytics as old heads, but when you got something that works, I don't see why you bring, and maybe I'm just ignorant on baseball and I don't know how things work, but you have a system that works and you bring in somebody like a Jeff Bagwell who's anti that kind of system.
Yeah.
And you're surprised that shit it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you should keep whatever was working.
Yeah. I also think, man, like a lot of people's complaining about Dusty. I think he had a lot to do with that, man. People think, you know, a manager, like, as long as you got the talent, you could do anything. But the manager, Dusty, he kept that team together. He got that team as far as he could. And honestly, I don't think last year, I don't think a manager, a okay manager would have got that far. So I think it had a lot to do with the manager too, man.
It definitely has something to do, but it can't, like I say that, but it has to be more than that, man. It can't, this fall off is too crazy. It can't just be Dusty, even though I like saying just to poke fun of people who was whining all.
It's all on Dusty.
It's all Dusty fault. But man, it has to be more than that. I don't know. I can't call it. I don't watch enough baseball, especially with the Astros being this bad. But
yeah,
it's crazy time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel says Brandon Cooks. Yeah, he was bad, but that we're talking about Astro signings, not overall signings. We're gonna address what 6'10" drama happened this week, man. Am I missing something? Are we still on Landry? We addressed it already.
Yeah, we actually talked about it last week, man.
And you was here when we talked about it. So what are you talking about, Miguel?
Yeah, there's no drama, man. I wish it was I could spill, man. I would love to spill some tea, put the headline in here. Let me Figgy address the 6'10" drama so we could get the clips and the views, but it ain't no drama, man. It's part of radio.
Yeah, Miguel said he DM'd me on what, man? I'm not on Facebook, so if you DM me there or Instagram, I really don't check those much at all. You can DM me on Twitter, and I'll see it. But I don't even think I'm have my login for Facebook anymore. He also says, "Easy, Rocket. Jeff Luno's guys got old, and Jeff isn't here anymore to bring him back." Yeah, I've seen that be called out as a reason too. Says, "Do you whack Jeff Bagwell next?" I feel like if the team it just continues to play like this and it's obvious it's not getting better, you got to clean house with everybody, man. It's time for the rebuild.
But see, my thing is, like, I don't even know what Jeff Bagwell do.
That's a crazy thing. He's just an advisor.
Yeah, he's not the GM.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I ain't trying to be disrespectful. He's a legend, but people saying that that's Jim Crane's buddy. Pretty much, they just cool with each other, and he kind of got his ear. He got his right ear. So, I mean, what can he fire him from, man? The GM is taking all the hits right now, and he ain't even signed to Brayu. So, I mean, you just let him go? I don't think he's just gonna let him go. So, I don't know.
Is Jeff Bagwell the new Jack Easterby?
That's what everybody kept saying.
The mystery man who's pulling all the strings, but he don't get the blame for anything because we don't even know what he does officially.
See, that's tough, man. I think he is. I think you could make the argument that he is, but at least the dude has some experience in base. At least he a former.
Yeah.
He was literally a priest that just made his way up into the NFL, man. So I would at least back off of that a little bit. I just think he's a bad player executive, if that makes sense. This maybe kind of like Michael Jordan. in a way where he just, Jordan, the greatest player of all time, but he sucked when it comes to drafting players and personnel and stuff like that. But it is a Easter B feeling to it. Somebody that's not in the official role, but got the ear to got the owner's ear. And, there's nothing you can really do about it because he trusts that dude. So it is a feeling to it.
Yeah, and some people aren't built for certain roles, man. Like they might think they could do something until they do it. Like, for example, I've seen Bill O'Brien. Now he's fessing up to the fact that he shouldn't have been the GM for the Texans. Now he wants to go and say, hey, that was a bad idea. Like we said it was a bad idea when it was announced. Everybody was against that shit. And I don't know why he was so, because obviously it was his decision.
Yeah.
He wanted to be GM. And now he's looking back and like, yeah, I shouldn't have been negotiating player contracts and coaching the team. Yeah, no shit, man.
He said a lot of stuff in that interview, man. He even said, yeah, everybody don't, agree with the Patriots way. Or I'm like, no, duh, man. I get that he came from New England, so that's what and you try to, use that on the team. But after a while, man, if it's not really working like that, you should bring in somebody else. you should bring in somebody else from another scheme or something, man. He was just steady trying to hammer that Patriots way the whole time. So now it's like, oh yeah, some stuff don't work. I mean, the Patriot way don't work with everybody. We know that. History is telling us that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking, man. The Patriot way, which is never, by coincidence, I'm sure, it's never worked without Tom Brady.
Yeah, well, you can look at anybody.
Tom Brady out the Patriots way, and suddenly it don't work anywhere else. I wonder why.
Look at all the coaches that got jobs, from the Patriots. It never worked out, man. He the only one that actually worked out.
Yeah,
the longest.
Speaking of Tom Brady, I know we are way on the sidebar now, but fuck it, it's gonna be a show full of sidebars, man. This has been a light week, so we're gonna talk about everything and anything that comes to our mind. I know you saw the Tom Brady. I guess he was in the Hall of Fame in the Patriots, whatever they call that shit. And he had a speech, and Jay-Z opened up for him.
Yeah.
And all them white people didn't know what the and he did PSA, which is one of his hardest songs, man. Maybe the hardest song he has in his catalog. And nobody reacted until Tom Brady came out. Then they started clapping and cheering. Yeah,
this is, to me, I would allow this argument of, dang, nobody in Boston was bumping Jay-Z. That seemed like that would be a fair argument looking at that.
Nah, 100%. Like, I don't even know where this mystery friendship of Jay-Z and Tom Brady even started, man. Like, they've been hanging out around a lot.
Yeah,
talking to people, doing talks and meetings and stuff. I'm like, what's going on here, man?
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny because I think I want to say they talked to all the rookies this year, NFL rookies. It was Tom Brady, it was Jay-Z, and it was who was the guy that owned Fanatics? That Ruben,
I forget his name.
Michael Rubin. And I'm like, Jay-Z, like, why is Jay-Z talking to NFL rookies? Like, I love Jay-Z too, man.
And he said like the most basic dumb advice too, like give 110% or some shit. I forget what he said. It was really stupid.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, like it's because I'm a Jay-Z fan, but I'm like, if I'm a rookie, I'd rather hear from Tom Brady because this dude actually played in the league. He played in the league for a long time and the greatest of all time. What do I got to hear from Jay-Z? I could have said what Jay-Z said.
At the very least, they could have brought like a rapper from their generation. It's like bring a Lil Baby or a Gunna or somebody they respect. Like, I'm not saying that would be good because they ain't like they're going to give good advice. But at least they'll be like, hey, it's Gunna, or hey, it's somebody they respect in the rap game. These kids don't respect Jay-Z, man. All right, let's be real. Only old heads like us respect Jay-Z. So,
and my thing is like, don't give up. Hey, sometimes it's going to get hard. Sometimes you're going to be down 28-3.
Yeah, that was it.
I'm like, what did he know about that, man? I'm like, man, like I'd rather him tell a story about him selling drugs and getting out the game.
Yeah. He said he sold crack for like 24 hours straight while eating cookies and milk or some shit. He had that story in his book. I remember that. It was hilarious. Tell something like that. Tell how you had to dodge the police and you was getting shot at.
Yeah,
Tell some good stories, man. Don't just say, "Oh, life get hard sometimes," but keep your head up.
yeah. I'd rather hear a story like that because at least I could be like, okay, I'm sure one of those dudes came from nothing. And it could have been like, dang, if he made it, I know I can make it, or something like that, or give us some business advice or something. But
Yeah.
he was just like, yeah, sometimes you're gonna be down 28-3. And I'm just like, right. Tom Brady could have told that one.
Right. Yeah, that was real silly. I don't know where this Jay-Z and Tom Brady relationship is going, man, but I don't know. It's real weird. It's real strange seeing him up there. And look, Jay is rare, man. He don't just perform anywhere anymore. He's basically retired. So to see him, we had all people done brought up this too. All the hip hop 50th anniversary shows and things they've done. He wouldn't have none of that shit.
Yep.
But he came out for Tom Brady in Boston.
Yeah.
To, celebrate him in the Hall of Fame. So yeah.
That's tough, man.
It is, man. Oh, Euro Hove, don't forgot about the hood, man. But hey, what can you do?
Yeah.
Miguel said, I hate to say it, but I was wrong. Dusty knew how to grind out wins. Yeah, man. Hey, y'all didn't appreciate him when he was here. Same with Rick Smith. Y'all didn't appreciate him. Y'all want him gone. And then suddenly you got Bill O'Brien be the GM. So
is it wild Rick Smith never got a job again? I feel like he got another GM. I know he left because his wife was sick and all that, but it seemed like he never really got a chance again.
Yeah, maybe he just I guess he just didn't want to, or I don't know what happened to him, man. Somebody got to do a follow-up story on what happened to Rick Smith because I haven't heard anything.
You know what's funny? He actually followed me on Instagram.
Oh, there you go.
One day, because I follow everybody, and one day I look, he followed me back. I'm like, damn, okay.
Hey, tap in, bro. Tap in, man. Might be able to hook you with a job in the Texans, man. You're like, hey, Rick Smith, my boy, dog.
I know.
So yeah, lock in. You already cool with the owner, dog. I see the vision for Figgy, man. I see you working the Texans social media in some point, man. You keep the grind up, dog. I can see that happening for sure.
I'm trying to, man. I've been in touch with Mark Vandermeer and all that stuff. So I'm trying to get a part of the team, man, and do a couple things. I'm trying to do I want to do it my way, like a cool way.
Oh yeah, it has to be the Figgy way.
Yeah, because I'll be looking at their social medias a lot, and I'll be like, they just need that one person that could talk to the players and kind of relate to them a little bit. Not in a money type of way, but like ask them some things they might be interested in, because I feel like a lot of people that work for them don't really have the same interests.
Yeah, and then they ask them things. It's always awkward when they ask them like, who's your favorite artist? And they start naming rappers that obviously nobody who's interviewing them has heard of in their life.
Okay.
I used to listen to the Fuddruckers show where Mark and John would interview. I think it was DeAndre Hopkins. They were asking like, what's his favorite songs to warm up, get pumped for the game, and he said "Future Colossal." I was like, God, that's my favorite song too at the time. I was bumping that heavy, but you could tell they were like, they didn't know what the fuck.
It was one time. This was like 2 years ago. I forgot who they was interviewing, but it was a player that was from Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. And they asked him his favorite artist, and he said Kanye. And I'm like, damn. I'm like, and they just kind of moved past it because I thought he was gonna say Jay-Z for some reason.
Yeah,
he's probably younger, but I would have been like, that would have been the perfect time to kind of press him a little bit, like, damn, over Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Like, y'all both from Brooklyn, and you pick Kanye. And honestly, if he is a Kanye fan, he got to be a Jay-Z fan a little bit, I guess. Because they did a lot of music together, so it wasn't like a far generation gap. So I was like, he just went right past that, like it was nothing. I'm like, damn, that stuck out to the point. I almost texted him like, "Hey man, you shouldn't have made a follow up to that one." Because I thought that's wild. I thought that was kind of wild a little bit, or at least got to bring up Jay-Z at some point.
Yeah, but then again, Jay-Z ain't cool to like no more, man. All right, that's the issue. Like Kanye was a cool, especially at that time, he was a cooler guy. So yeah, it ain't cool to like Jay-Z no more, man. We're some dinosaurs out here standing Jay.
Man, you know who don't like Jay-Z at all? Quincy Henry, man.
Oh, really?
Dude, he was just tweeting about Jay-Z about something recently. I think Jay-Z did something recently. I'm just like, man, why you don't like Jay-Z, man?
Something about Jay-Z just because I feel like he hasn't really he's had some corny moments. The we were beyond kneeling thing at the NFL stuff, but honestly, of all the problematic people in entertainment and hip hop, he's got to be like one of the lowest on the ladder, man. He has no dirt really that people can dig up. The worst thing people say is, "Oh, he groomed Beyonce," which, yeah, he groomed the wife that loves him and and stayed married to him. But there's nothing to really hate Jay-Z for. But it seems like everybody just don't like him.
Yeah,
They act like his music wasn't shit. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's like people always say stuff like, "Oh, he just so overrated to me."
Yeah,
I was like, "That's all you got." And I get it, man. Everybody ain't gonna connect to his music, but it just seemed like people put this thing where it's like he's so overrated, and it's like, oh, it's not like Jay-Z music is just in the air. You actually got to kind of dig for his music a little bit, but it's not in rotation every single time. So I'm just like, how is it just so overrated? It seems like people never really explained to me why they don't care for Jay-Z.
The truth is, man, it's because he's a little too successful. Like everything worked out for him perfectly. If you think about it, he's got his wife is the biggest black star out there, period. He's a billionaire, supposedly, allegedly, according to Forbes. He has all these businesses. He's in everything, and he hasn't really had like a downfall. The worst thing that happened to him was he cheated on Beyonce, allegedly. But there's really nothing that's brought him down.
Yeah.
And people like it when somebody gets taken down at least a little bit of a peg so you can get back in their corner. That hasn't happened with Jay-Z, man. He's always been at the top, really, since, for a long time now. So it's really just that. It's just he seems too powerful to people. So they say, oh, he's Illuminati. He's controlling the Megan Thee Stallion court cases, and he got it. He got his everything is being controlled by Jay-Z. I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. I feel like that's the one people go to a lot. Oh no, he's just part of the Illuminati. Yeah. That's what I'm like, man. I really hope Jay-Z ain't doing no wild stuff, like no wild Diddy type stuff, man. It seems like they trying to make it happen, man. And
50 Cent is really trying to drive that narrative.
Yes, man. And I love 50, but like, dog, come on, man. Like, we already got Diddy. So like Jay-Z ain't doing nothing, man. Well, I don't know. I can't say. I don't know.
If there was dirt on Jay, it would have came out by now, man. All right, It would have came out. It's not like he's in his prime and he's selling all these records, man. If Diddy could get got, Jay would have got too. There's not even rumors about Jay like that, man. It's just made up bullshit. But there's really no verifiable rumors currently about some sick shit that Jay did. So.
Yeah, and we heard all the rumors for years about Diddy. It just it kind of got to a point. It was kind of normalized at this point where all the stuff that came out recently, we were just kind of like, yep, don't surprise me.
Yeah, man. So now that we have punched our ticket to the next Rock Nation brunch, I hope and people in the Rock Nation camp are listening to this and send this to Jay-Z so he can approve our appearance at the next brunch. We have some comments here too, man. Dre Eagles on YouTube said Jeff Bagwell the baseball Jack Easterby. Seems like it, man. Seems like it. I just hope there's not no prayer circles or anything going on in the clubhouse and
I
no
doubt that.
funny business, man. But we'll see. Miguel said I listened to Figgy. I sent him from Starbucks to 610 royalty. Oh, that was you? All right, that wasn't Figgy grinding and tearing it up, doing his damn thing. That was you, Miguel. All right. Tab said Figgy gonna make it 100%. Yes, he will. He will. He's already doing it, man.
Yeah.
Miguel said Rick Smith had a gift for hitting in the first round. He did, man. People didn't recognize it. I remember, dog, the hate for Rick Smith really. I don't think I've ever seen anybody in Houston hate it that much. Y'all really. I think people have forgotten how bad it got because I was running the shows at that time at the station, and every call, every complaint was about Rick Smith. Every single call and complaint was about Rick Smith, man.
Yeah.
Like, I really think they would have killed him if they had the chance, dog. It really got that bad. The fan base was just rabid over some Rick Smith, man. I really couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's how I was when I got here. To the point, even just talking to people around that really don't follow them as much, they always bring up Rick Smith, like, man, that dude Teflon, man. So I'm like, damn, is it that bad? Because on the outside looking in, I didn't think it was that bad. But here, man, they was just like, man, that dude would never get fired, man. That dude Teflon.
Yeah. Oh, I saw Miguel. Miguel corrected himself. He had a typo in the chat thing. I thought you said you sent him. He seen him. Okay, he fixed. He had a typo, but he fixed it. And Miguel said, "Figgy on Texas radio, don't sell out, bro. What do you want him to do? Like, we on the Jim the Juice podcast are pro selling out. Okay, if the bag comes, we gonna sell the fuck out, man. All right, I'm telling you right now, dog. We've been at this for a few years now, man. We still grinding in the mud. I'm tired of getting it out the mud, dog. I'm ready to sell out.
Yeah.
All right, so if the bag comes.
See, if I go to Texans ready, and which I'm gonna I'm trying to work with the Texans, not necessarily leave to go to Texans radio or anything like that. I don't plan on doing a radio show or nothing, but my interview is gonna be fire. If I have a chance to sit down with players and we just chop it up, my interview is gonna be fire, man. So you're gonna like it. Because I feel like we hear from players at press conferences and stuff like that all the time, but you never really get the fire interviews, man. It's kind of the same. Oh, what's your favorite restaurant? Oh, what music do you like? Like, we're gonna have some cool conversations like this.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward. Look, if it happens, it's gonna be fire, man. So I hope it does. But we'll knock on some damn wood, man. Don't jinx it. Stay low and build. Remember the motto of the podcast: stay low and build. So yeah. let's not be too vocal about the plans on air yet. But we're rooting for you, man.
Thank you. Real quick, man. Shout out to everybody on Instagram that's watching on my Instagram.
Yeah, shout out IG people, man.
Yeah, my mama on here.
Oh, you extra nervous now. Now you know how I felt, man, because my mom was watching for a few weeks, and I was like, I don't know. I gotta be careful when I say. I'm gonna be talking about family business sometimes, but
yeah, my dad, he hit me up last week, and he said he watched the whole podcast last week.
Damn.
Salute. He said he watched all 3 hours. I'm like, dang. So I guess he pulled up YouTube on the TV and was just sitting there watching.
That's dope, man. That's salute dope, to Papa Figgy, man.
Yeah, salute to my pops. Salute to my mother who's watching on Instagram.
Yeah, the whole Figgy fam up in here, man. We had your cousin in the chat. We had your sister on the podcast. We done had the whole Figgy fam up in here, man. So that's dope. Tab said Charles Omenihu's favorite rapper is Gunna. Yeah, I remember that. He was I think it was one other album came out, and we had him on the podcast, and he was just blasting that album in his house. Back then, I didn't get the hype about Gunna. I see now. I see the light, but back then, I just didn't see it, man.
Yeah, and he was somebody that wasn't a Jay-Z fan either, which I get. Like, I came around to understand, like somebody that's 23, 24 years old, they might not be like a strong Jay-Z stan and nothing like that. And I think he might have had Gunna in his top 5. We asked him his top 5. He had Gunna in his top 5 of all time. So that right there kind of explained everything. So Yeah, shout out to
I wonder how he feels about because I still follow him, but I don't know if he said anything about Gunna. I wonder how he feels about the whole snitching allegation. I wonder if he's turned on him or not.
yeah.
Got
Did
to
you
check in with him.
did you see the picture circulating around with Gunna and Young Thug's dad?
Yeah, but that don't really mean nothing to me because they already pieced it up. Him and his dad, they already reached out to each other and were cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Young Thug's dad speaking. I don't think he speaks for Young Thug, man.
No, I agree.
So that don't mean nothing as far as the relationship to me. I got to see Young Thug say something for me to be like, all right, now it's officially cool. And I haven't seen that yet.
How do you think that's gonna go? Do you think do you think Young Thug is leaning more towards Gunna, or eventually whenever he speak, he gonna be like, nah, I don't really rock with him like that?
I think it depends on how the court case goes, man. I think if he ends up doing time, he's going to be a lot more bitter about everything. I think if this case gets dismissed or he gets a light sentence and does time served or does house arrest or whatever, I think they could piece it up. But it's hard to piece it up when you want to sell and your boy is selling millions of records and going on tour and living the life, and you here eating the charge. So I don't know. I think it will depend on how the court case goes, but I can see them piecing it up, man. I don't think they're gonna have beef like that, especially if Young Thug gets out. But we'll see. We'll see. It depends, man. But the fact that he hadn't said anything yet kind of shows to me that there's some raw feelings there about this whole thing, man. So
I agree.
Gotta see how it goes. And Miguel said the pregame was Seth Payne and Figgy Fig. Hell yeah, man. Get him from the tailgate to pregame.
I'm not trying to do all that. I love sports, I love all that stuff, but that's a whole nother commitment, man. Being on a pregame show, and if you listen to the pregame show, man, they really doing their homework. They do a really good job with that. And look, I'm not that. I'm just not that buttoned up to do something like that. I could do some cool social media stuff, and maybe
you on as a guest, man. They done had Zero and Trey and Paul Wall on the pregame show. They got Figgy Fig over there too, man. So
yeah, but the way he said that the pregame show was Seth Payne and Figgy, you pretty much kicking Sean Pendergast off.
You got beef with Sean, man. What's going on, dog?
Sean do a great job, man. Well deserved. So
he does double duty, man. He does pre and post game. So
I do. He's probably getting that money, man.
And he goes to he has to, especially if it's night game, because they'll have if it's a night game, he's doing a pregame or post game until like 1 a.m. sometimes. Then he got to be back up at like 5 a.m. to get ready for his show. So yeah, man, hustling, man.
Yeah, man.
So anyway, that was a nice little diversion, but there were some things that happened in hip hop this week. Some new releases. I call this the return of the old heads. It was old head week. It was got to wipe the dust off the Timbs, man.
Yeah,
put that Yankee hat on, the Yankee fitted, and get your bucket hat, start break dancing.
Yeah, you gotta have the depending on what part of the 90s, man, you might have a chipped tooth with the Phillies hat.
Yeah, man. It was throwback Friday.
Yeah, let me get some E&J. Some E&J.
It was throwback Friday, man. We had new songs from LL Cool J with a beat produced by Q-Tip. And we also had new music from Common and a beat produced by Pete Rock. So, and they both announced albums coming soon, by the way. Pete Rock and Common comes out, I believe, July 12th. Mm-hmm. And LL Cool J announced the album. I forget when it comes out, though. I want to say it's this month. But, he did announce the album he's been promoting for a while when he said he was going to do it to them meatballs. He's finally going to do it, man. So, There was a new LL Cool J song featuring Rick Ross and Fat Joe. It is called Saturday Night Special. Like I said, produced by Q-Tip of Tribe Called Quest. Personally, man, I like the song. It was some storytelling going on with LL Cool J's verse. They did a video too. I didn't think the video really matched the energy of the song.
Yeah.
I thought if the video felt like they were trying to remake the Flavor in Your Ear video or something, man. I got that vibe from it, and I didn't think it really matched the vibe of the song. But it's still good to see LL Cool J still doing it, man. I thought he did his thing lyrically. I thought Rick Ross floated on it. I thought he sounded great with the flow. Some people were mad that Rick Ross and Fat Joe were on it. I didn't get it. I liked it. I liked them. Fat Joe, I could have done without, to be honest. I didn't think he added a whole lot to the song. But Rick Ross, he killed it with the flow, man. I liked him on the track. I don't care what anybody says. But yeah, man, I think it's a solid return to rap for LL Cool J after who knows how many years doing the thing. Did you hear this song, Figgy?
Yeah, I did. I was impressed with the song too, man. I didn't expect this because I think the last couple times LL came out with something and it wasn't it. It was just kind of like, man, what is this dude doing? He need to stick to acting in NCIS or some stuff. But I thought it was real good, man. I was impressed. I honestly thought he didn't have it anymore. I didn't think we could get this kind of LL Cool J anymore because remember in the 90s and 2000s, he kind of went lover boy a little bit. He kind of stayed away from that type of rap. But it was really good, man. I was really impressed with this. And I thought it was a little surprised to see like a Rick Ross on here because I'm like, dang, this is so old school. And then you got Rick Ross on there. But like you said, he floated on this song, man. I enjoyed this song a lot. And yeah, man, I'm ready to get my Timberlands out, man. In my food boot, my food boot.
Yeah, the FUBU, yeah. For us, by us on the low.
Yeah, roll up my one pants leg.
Yeah, man. People were clowning. There were some funny jokes about the baggy clothes that LL Cool J was wearing. Everybody was saying he waited for the 90s style to come back in so he could finally wear the tank top and the baggy jeans and not look corny. But yeah, man, the baggy shit is really back in style. Doc, I saw a picture of Drake. I don't know if he was on a golf course or something, but he had some pants on that were like Michael Jordan type pants.
That would be like a size 45, man.
Something like that, man. 42 or something. They were huge pants he was rocking.
Man.
So I guess the baggy look is fully back in style, man. So if y'all got some old oversized throwback jerseys, might want to wipe the dust off, man.
Yeah, it is back. I actually bought a couple pair of jeans because I think the stack flare jeans are here. So I got like some flare jeans that kind of cover the whole shoe a little bit. So I got some of those. I'm trying to get used to it because I've been in the skinny jean phase for a little bit. So now I'm trying to get used to the baggy pants now. But yeah, man, I wasn't down with it at first, man, but now I'm like, all right, I could kind of see.
Yeah, man. I sometimes I feel like I don't even know what time period I'm in sometimes, man. Because sometimes I'll see kids wearing some shit that looks like the cast of Step by Step wore on an episode or something, man. Like overalls and baggy ass pants and a sweater tied on their waist. I'm like, what's going on here, man? I guess the 90s shit is really back now.
Yeah, it is, especially for the women. Because and this is what I hate too, man, because the women are back to the baggy Aaliyah type jeans and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I want to see the curves, man.
I know.
Like you can't see the curves. It's a baggy jeans, man.
I've noticed that at the gym. I've seen a lot of baggy pants now, man. And I'm like, yeah, now what happened? What happened to the that whatever they called it, them skinny ass leggings that you could see everything in? Nah, I'm not on no creep shit. I'm just saying, like, I've noticed a change.
Yeah,
baggy shit is back in on the gym, and I didn't know when that happened.
I know it was back in the gym, but I think the BBL girls they're gonna be in for one now because Now you got the skinny girls wearing the baggy stuff. That's kind of the wave now. And so I don't know if girls with the BBLs can pull off the baggy stuff is good. So you got a
What's
lot
the
of
point of getting a BBL if you're gonna wear baggy jeans or shirts, man, or
hey,
shorts?
hey, that wasn't it. That wasn't the wave when they got. So now that's what we talked about this before. How Kim K, I guess she regretted getting the surgery and all that stuff. Cardi B said the same thing. And it seemed like everybody don't want the big butts no more.
Do you think it's really died out? Because I think as far as entertainers go, it's pretty much died out. But I feel like the average woman still wants one. You know, we still see people like SZA get one and she gets complimented, and we still see it happening. So do
Yeah.
you think it'll ever truly get to a point where it's like nobody's getting BBLs anymore? Now we know all the risk. Now it seems a little cornier, but I think women still want it and dudes still appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it will I don't think it's gonna be totally dead, but I do think it's gonna die down eventually because people like, I hate to say it, but people like Kim K and all, they kind of ahead of the curve a little bit. So I think they see where it's going, and everybody like that slim girl, big clothes kind of look. So I think eventually it will die down, but it's still gonna be a mark. It's, you still got old school cats out here that like big butts. So it's still gonna be a market for them. Girls with BBS, they still gonna make their money, and in that market. But I do eventually think that the skinny girl is gonna be the thing now. And honestly, every girl can't get super skinny, obviously. But yeah, I think eventually it's not gonna be every girl, but I think eventually, the BBLs are gonna die down a little bit, where they're gonna try to embrace that whole skinny look. Now the surgery's still gonna be up. They might still get like a tummy tuck or something like that, but I don't think the whole BBL try to, go get all of these rounds and all that stuff. I don't think that's gonna be the wave, I would say, in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, I just see surgery still being popular, man. I don't think, because look, what Kim Kardashian and them are doing, they're getting more fit, and yeah, they're using like Ozempic and stuff, but they're still working out in the gym, getting more fit. The average person don't want to do that, dog. The
Yeah,
average person just want to go under the knife, get some fake abs, get a fake booty, and call it a day, man. I don't think I think the fitness craze is done with in general. You know, there was times in history where we had, like in the 80s, there's a fitness craze going on. But now I think that's kind of over with, dog. I think most people just want to pay a few bands, go under the knife, and be done with it, and bag an NBA player. So
I do think the fitness look is in. I think that's what's in. So
yeah.
not necessarily the like, I'm trying to think of the girl with the most beat, like the big old BBL, where it's just like big boobs, big butt, tiny waist, but just like butt like crazy. I think that will probably disappear, but it is surgery where you could get some abs and not be that thick, but just a nice size. Where it's just like her butt ain't outrageous, where it's just like, dang, she's making the scene, but it's gonna be a nice size, like a average girl to work out. So I think that's probably, and that's where Kim Kardashian is kind of going with it, where
Yeah.
it's not an outrageous the back in the day J Lo booty. It's that kind of average girl with a nice size butt, and I work out too. I think a lot of people going to be trying to go for that look, not necessarily what's the girl Zion was the crazy.
Yeah, I saw that video too on the timeline, man. Mariah Mills, I think her name is. She
Yeah,
looked absurd, dog.
yeah. I think that's when I'm talking about people that's trying to look like that. Obviously, she did it the wrong way, but it's a lot of girls that got big butts like that, where it's just like, man, I think that's gonna be way out of style. That's not even attractive anymore, man.
I saw one chick. She did a TikTok. I think she had like a ridiculous BBL, man, like completely absurd. And she went to Disney World and she made a video of everybody like laughing at her and staring at her. And she was complaining, talking about she was getting bullied. Like you made the choice to get that. I don't understand if it was like a genetic condition you couldn't help. You paid money for that butt. and now you realize that you can't just go anywhere in public and be treated normal. I mean, I thought that was the reason why you did it. But yeah, nobody gonna take you serious with the cartoonish butt like that, man. It's really ridiculous how people think.
Yeah, I think that stage of BBL is going away.
Yeah.
I don't think people trying to look like that.
Yeah, it got too ridiculous, man. Them Black China days was
man.
else, man. Nicki Minaj too.
Yeah, that type of BBL is I think that's gonna be over with, man.
Yeah, man. Good riddance. Good riddance. I don't even know how we got here, but back to music. There was some more old head music, man. Common and Pete Rock dropped a Dreamin'. Figgy, did you hear this song by any chance?
No, I didn't hear this, so I missed this one.
I checked it out. It came out a few days ago, actually. Brad says, I got a BBL, big belly lift. Lost 21 pounds, still fat, but trying. Hey, congratulations, man.
Hey,
congratulations, dog.
Salute to you, man. Yeah, keep going, man. You got this, man.
Yes, sir. I'm trying myself, man. I've been finally eating 100% healthy lately. I've been doing it for the most part, but cheating. And then I'm being more consistent going to the gym. I'm trying to get there too, man. I'm trying to get in shape for this. I don't know, just for before I turn 40, I want to be at my target weight for sure, man. So
get that Ozempic, man.
I've thought about it, but I'm like, nah, man, I use no cheat codes. Fuck it. I got discipline. Plus, I didn't know Ozempic was some shit you inject. I thought it was just like a pill you take.
Nah, that's literally the stuff they use for people with not high blood pressure, but blood sugar, right? I think it's
diabetes or something, right?
Yeah. So that's literally what they do.
I did not know it was like an injection, man. I just thought it was a pill. I was like, yeah, I'll take a pill. I'm not gonna shoot myself up like a heroin addict just to stop eating. Nah, man, I ain't doing all that. Brad said eating decent, coaching little league soccer, and healed from surgeries. Yeah, man, anything that makes you sit on your ass for a while will kill you. That's what I've learned because I've been sitting for a while doing a desk job, and that's what really gets you, man. The not being active, being sedentary for whatever reason. If it's you're laid up because of surgery or an injury, like just laying around all day will make you fatter than eating a whole pizza. Like it's really bad for you. So congratulations, man. It's tough, but Ernie, keep it going, dog. Brad said you got a desk job too. Yeah, it kills you, man. I used to hate working at a warehouse, but fuck, I was in the most shape of my life when I was moving and just active the whole day. And then I would go to the gym after working in the warehouse. So I was super fit back then, man. But now, like that. Brad said he brought a stand-up desk. Yeah, that helps too, man. I'm thinking about that as well. I might have to invest in some kind of stand-up desk because, yeah, it's getting rough. It's getting rough. Might have to stand up for this podcast, man. Do a little stretch routine or something.
Yeah, be looking like Pat McAfee.
Yeah, throw a football around for no reason.
I don't know, man.
Start wearing cutoff shirts for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Did we talk about him calling Caitlin Clark a bitch? I think we did, didn't we?
No, we ain't talk about none of that, man.
I thought we did talk about that, but if we didn't, that was just I don't know. It was wild. It was wild.
Now, he didn't mean no ill will about that, did he? He was just
he didn't, man. I think it got blown out of proportion.
No, I was so confused, man, because I listened to it. I thought he was like disrespecting her, and so I listened to the clip. It seemed like he was bigging her up, but nobody said that. So I'm like, I'm not about to tweet it like why everybody. So I stayed out of it, but I thought he was trying to give her credit, like she that girl. So
Doug, the Caitlin Clark, Yeah, dog. What's even worse to me? Remember that guy who made the kind of funny comment about her, about doing a heart
Yeah,
thing? That guy got fired.
he did. Yeah,
He got fired from his job for that. And I'm like, look, was it
yeah,
a little inappropriate? Yeah. Was it fireable?
yeah,
Dog, that was a little like, come on, man. We're really on eggshells at this point. If
yeah.
if we're going there because I didn't.
The crazy thing is, if nobody made it a big deal on social media,
Yeah.
he would still have his job. But people blew it up so bad because it wasn't. I don't think she complained about it. I don't think she had, unless she went behind the scenes and said, "I don't want this guy to air or something." He would have still kept his job, man. It's wild.
Yeah. I didn't like. Yeah, it was inappropriate, but it didn't warrant him being fired, man. I thought that was a bridge too far, honestly. People, I don't know. Did Caitlyn even have a problem with it? That's the thing. If Caitlyn never says anything, I'm sure she didn't really care about the whole Pat McAfee thing either. But we're just, I don't know, just overly defensive when it comes to her for some reason, man. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was strange, man. But yeah, the whole thing that Pat McAfee did, I didn't think it was a big deal. But and this is a low key thing too. Because I mainly saw like black women getting upset. And I understand that because bitch has a different meaning when it comes to races, man. Okay. I feel like white women take it as like a sign of respect. like that's what they call their homies.
Yeah.
They say bitch a lot. This bitch, come on, bitch. Like they say it a lot. With
Yeah.
black women, especially older black women, that is like the worst thing you could call them, man.
Yeah.
So I understand why they were upset, but I think it's just a cultural difference, honestly. I think we use it differently. And when a black man says it, it's like we got to fight now.
Disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like,
But
and what's funny is like I feel like black women, I see this often too. Black women call each other bitch, but like in an endearing way. But a black man can't do that.
yeah.
It's fighting words at that point. They gonna get your brother. They gonna get their brother on you because it's disrespectful. And I'm like, I never understood that.
Yeah, I had that situation too with an ex. She used to say nigga all the time, but I said bitch a few times and she got really upset. And she was like, I'm triggered by that word. And she gave me a whole spiel. I'm like, okay, then you gonna stop calling me nigga. Like, you're just saying that because you don't want to, I want to call you. Like, we had a whole fight. We had a real fight about this, man. And I'm like, I don't believe that. Sorry. You can't just call me whatever you want. And I got to censor myself. Nah.
Yeah, no, that's the worst. It's like, so you could be disrespectful. You could call me.
Exactly. But I gotta hold my tongue.
Yeah. And then it's like, I'm sure she's probably calling you nigga in a bad way. It wasn't like,
Of course.
yeah,
It wasn't like a friendly way. She
yeah,
was like, I said something that pissed her off. She's like, nigga. Like, it was always be like that, man.
yeah.
But when I said bitch a few times, she got really upset. And she was like, we had a whole fight over it. I'm like, okay, well, I ain't gonna stop if you ain't gonna stop. So yeah, man, it is wild.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my mother, I guess she is watching the podcast. She texted me and said something about Ozempic. She was laughing at me thinking Ozempic was a pill. And then she brought up some graphic details of me being born. I'm not going to talk about that. But anyway, shout out to my mama. I see her watching, so appreciate her watching us.
Yeah, shout out to my friend Courtney up in Cleveland. She commented on Instagram and said, "Oh my God, I'm your biggest fan." So shout out to everybody watching on.
Shout out to everybody in Cleveland late last evening.
I caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening.
Yeah. Yeah, so we didn't. Oh yeah, I was talking about this Common and Pete Rock. Like I said, it's gonna be a podcast.
We all over the place.
It's gonna be one of them shows, man. I already know. So anyway, I did hear this Common and Pete Rock song. I liked it a lot, man. I think Pete Rock still got it production wise. Common's just a great rapper, period. Honestly, man. I hate the fact that he's kind of corny now. Because he's just certain things he does, these commercials you see him in, these movies. Now it's kind of like, yeah, it's Common. But when you really think about it, technically, lyrically, he's one of the best to do it, man. Honestly, like he rap wise, there's not many seeing Common.
Yeah.
And so he did his thing on this song as well. Very good song to check out. Recommend it if y'all a fan of that old school boom bap hip hop. And like I said, it's good to see we talked about this last week too. It's good to see the old heads getting back into the game, man.
Yeah.
I saw Memphis Bleak dropped a new song this week, man.
I seen that. I wasn't sure if that was a new song.
It is, I believe. He was a video for it. I think it was produced by Just Blaze too.
Hey, I want to check that out. I'm gonna have to check that out. Hey.
Yeah. I like the old heads getting back into it, man. I like to see that. I like to see people get inspired and prove that there ain't no age limit and you ain't got to stop rapping just because you 40 or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to see that, man. Good energy.
I seen I don't know if this might have been old, but I seen a video comment. I think he was somewhere freestyling. He was freestyling with somebody over an old school beat, like a classic beat. It was another rapper. I wish I could find it. But Common is just so smooth when he rap.
Yeah.
He be like, yeah, with the Mecca, going Decca. I'm just like, man, he actually cool. I feel like he don't get enough credit. But
he does talk. He's one of those rappers where I feel like he can freestyle anywhere, like everywhere. I've seen him. He was doing a cipher. I think he was doing a 4-3-2-1. It was him, Method Man, Freeway, and it was Common was there. Yeah.
That's what I was talking. That's the freestyle song. Yeah. They was rapping over Method Man and Redman beat.
Yeah, 4-3-2-1. It was actually LL Cool J, but they were on it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, dog, he killed it too. And I feel like he probably didn't even write that. He probably just thought of that. It was probably some freestyle or something he just had tucked away. But he's one of those rappers who can just bust out a freestyle wherever, man, and it'll make sense and rhyme, and he won't fall off during it. That's very rare in rap now.
Yeah, remember? I think it was I guess it was a video with him in the streets somewhere, and some dude was just sitting there rapping, and then Common came by and started rapping with him, start freestyling. I'm like, man, that's a talent because I
remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
because I can't do that. And I always give rappers credit who could just freestyle like that, who could just pick up the mic, because that's really some 80s, 90s type stuff where you could just let me get the microphone, check 1, 2, yeah, it's Common in the place to be. So I was just like, man, he don't get enough credit, man. But I do think people look at him corny with the movies and stuff like that. Like I was watching Apple TV the other day. He actually in a show. He in the show called, I think it's called Silo.
Okay.
SILO. And I just watched the preview to kind of see what I want to, if I want to continue watching it. But I seen him in it. I was just like, man, it turned me off the whole show. I'm like, what is he? Like when this dude was in John Wick, I'm just with this awful accent. I'm just like, man, hey, salute to him, man. But I'm just like, man, looking at Common acting, man, it's a turn off. But he don't get enough credit in hip hop, but it's a turn off watching him act.
There's only a few rappers I feel where it's okay watching them act. Like Method Man for sure is somebody who, if he's in something, he's probably gonna be good. Anybody else, like who else is acceptable? Ice-T been doing the same role for 20 years now, so we used to seeing him.
I was just about to say that. I think some rappers, when they find their lane, I'm perfectly fine with that. Ice-T found his lane. I'm gonna be a cop, and I'm not acting in any other movie. I'm gonna stay on Law and Order. I'm perfectly fine with that, man. Hell, LL Cool J. I know he did some movies in the 90s and 2000s, but him sticking with NCIS, I think that's fine. Like I don't look at that and roll my eyes. I think that's a perfect role for him. But yeah, I mean, I'm not counting Will Smith, but yeah, I don't know if there's any other rappers where I'm just like, okay, that's cool. Like,
I gotta think. I I don't know anybody else who really acts like that, man. 50 Cent, I was cringing every time I saw him in Power. I did
Yeah.
not like 50 Cent acting, man. I don't even his movie Get Rich or Die Trying, I thought was terrible. Yeah, I don't like watching him act.
How you feel about Ludacris?
Anything that's not Fast and the Furious, I don't want to see him in, man. All right.
What about that movie? Your favorite movie, Crash?
Yeah, he was actually that movie was terrible. It was awful, but he wasn't bad in that movie. Mainly because he was just playing himself, basically. At least his rap persona. But I remember not thinking he was bad in that movie, but that movie was terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything that's not. I remember. Oh, Ludacris was in the Max Payne movie. They made a movie about Max Payne, the video game.
I remember.
And
I never saw it though.
I saw it. It was terrible, man. It was nothing like the game. I don't know why they make a movie based on a game and it's nothing like the game.
They always do that.
Don't even take like the basic plot from the game. This be some other shit. Omar from The Wire was in that too. He was a Jamaican guy for some reason. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Yeah. And for some reason, what's his name? Who was we talking about? Like Ludacris was like the police chief.
Oh,
I'm like, what? And he was like, Max, you've gone too far. I'm like, what? What is this bullshit, man?
Yeah. Yeah. So I got a couple people, a couple rappers that turn actors. So we talked about Method Man. How you feel about Ice Cube?
He's one of the first ones. He's a good actor. He plays himself in every movie, but he's still a good actor.
Especially like a Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot he was like I didn't look at that and be like, oh yeah, this Ice Cube, what is he doing? He was actually pretty good in Boys in the Hood. That might have been his first role too.
It was.
I couldn't even tell. I never look at that movie and cringe at him. Like, man, what is he doing? I thought he was pretty good with that.
His son, I don't like his son, man. His
He's
son
on Twitter, man.
He's bad, and he's in random things too. I saw him in a Star Trek show. Not Star Trek, Star Wars. I want to say it was Obi-Wan. Like he be in the most random things, and it always takes me out. I'm like, oh, that's Ice Cube's son. He was okay in the NWA movie, but that's because he's playing his dad. He was fine there, but he be in random things. Whenever I see him, I'm like, oh, that's Ice Cube's son. I'm taking out the movie. I'm already out. I want to change the channel now.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a couple more speed run through this. Queen Latifah. Do you look at her as an actor more, or is like, what is she doing? And this is like 90s type of artist too. I feel like the people in the 90s was actually pretty good.
Yeah. And to be honest, like for us, we see Queen Latifah as more of an actor in personality than we do a rapper.
A lot of people forgot she even rap.
People don't even know, man. So yeah, I would say she was good in a few movies. She was good in Set It Off, of course. Just Right with Common. Yeah, I skipped that. I don't want to see all that.
All right. Well, how about your boy T.I.?
Awful.
Yeah, T.I. You got Bow Wow.
Him being Bow Wow. Has he been in anything recently? I can't even imagine.
The last time I seen him in some, I'm not counting them Dia movies, but last time I seen him, he had a TV show on CBS. He was like I don't want to say it was. I think maybe he was a cop or something. It was super random, man. I don't think that show lasted, but I don't know. I feel like he did an okay job, and he stuck around for some reason. But I never looked at him as like, oh yeah, he, that's somebody I forgot that was a rapper. I always look at that as Bow Wow. So I feel like he did better than a lot of people, but I never really took him serious. I wouldn't put him on the list with.
He was on one of those NCIS, CSI, one of them type shows, man.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I think it was like CSI or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
my mother said Tupac is the GOAT of actors. Yeah, I mean, probably. because that's the thing too.
Actually, went to performing arts school,
Yeah,
so I think he was into acting and music all at once.
I mean, you could argue his whole persona was an act. You know, I think that after a while, especially later in his life, he was acting. So I think he believed what he was doing. But for the general, like the super thug personality he had, like nobody can be that all the time. He was putting on an act for sure. But nah, his movie. The thing is, his movies are really good too. Juice is classic. Above
Yeah.
the Rim classic. I didn't see Gridlocked. I got to see that at some point. I didn't think that was. I didn't hear that was that good.
I tried to get to it. I tried to watch it back in the day, but I wasn't into it.
Yeah,
Time it came out because I think that was the last movie he was in.
yeah.
But I couldn't really get into it. I might have to go back to it too.
Poetic Justice, man. Like for the most part, he was in some really good movies, so that helped him as well.
Yeah, but yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I can't think of anybody else I want to see that I respect. DMX is pretty good. He was good in Romeo Must Die.
Oh yeah.
But he was in some cheesy ass action movies with Steven Seagal that I didn't want to watch. And Ja Rule too. Ja Rule was trying to act at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eve. How you feel about Eve?
What has she been in recently?
I don't think she been in. I don't think she doing anything, man.
Yeah.
She married to a billionaire. But remember she had her own show during that fad.
I remember that. Yeah, she had a show that was awful.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody else who is going to be the next. Is Drake ever going to act seriously again? I've been wondering this for a long time, man. Like,
good, man. I don't see why he's not into it.
I don't know. Maybe he's just not. I don't know what happened, but I remember about 10 years ago, he said he was going to take some time off of music and start acting, but he never did. He did Saturday Night Live a few times, and he was pretty good in that.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he just is not going to act again. I'm like,
you would think somebody like him would at least have go the Vince Staple route, where get a bag from Netflix or something and create my own show. Like do more stuff like that. I'm surprised he's not doing that, man.
Yeah, he was a producer of Euphoria, but he never showed up in the show. Like, what's the point of being in these pots and these entertainment things, and you're not gonna? Speaking of which, this sidebar again. It pissed me off because there is a good WCW documentary going on Vice TV right now. It's called "Who Killed WCW," and it's like executive produced by The Rock, who was never in WCW. So I just figured he was just going to say a couple things and maybe not be too much in it because he wasn't there. But dog, he's been in every episode, man. He has nothing to add because he wasn't there. He was in WWF at the time. He didn't know what was going on in WCW.
Yeah,
but he always got to interject himself like, yeah, I was watching Monday Night Show and that was crazy when the NWO came. Like, all right, man.
Well, this is like
in everything.
This is like 21 Savage and the Freaknik.
Yeah.
Like, dog, you wasn't even, your ass was over in the UK when this was going on.
He didn't know what was going on with WCW, man, but he always had to say, and he has like nothing to add when he talks, but he always talks about something he'd be cussing to. He's like, I saw the NWO and I was like, that was fucking cool. We got to do some fucking shit like that. I'm like, all right, Rock. You ain't got all up in the videos like Diddy all the time, man. You could have just produced this and laid low and oversaw it, but nah, you had to be in it. All right. Well, that pissed me off though, man.
Yeah.
But it's a good documentary, man. If you see it, if you get a chance to see it, you should see it.
I'm gonna check it out.
It's fire. Anyway.
We just talk about the comments song.
Yeah, we keep getting sidetracked on that. I like the song. I recommend y'all check it out. It's a good song, man. If you like that type of rap, and Common did his thing, the beat's good. So yeah, check it out. A few albums did drop. I didn't hear the new Don Toliver yet. I'm gonna check it eventually this weekend, probably. Did you hear any of this new album, Figgy?
I didn't, and I've been hearing nothing but good things about it. So I'm gonna have to check this out, man. I don't know how this got past me, But I'm definitely gonna check this out. I probably we could probably review it next week or something. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I saw some reactions about it, but I didn't hear it. I did hear some of the new Lucky album, the Gemini album he just dropped. I like Lucky, man. He's one of those rappers is outside my age group. So it's really I probably should be listening to him because it's just something for the kids mainly. But I like his music, man. I like the production. I've grown to like his delivery now, so I like his music. The album's just okay to me, man. I was kind of skimming through it. A
yeah,
lot of songs that are short as fuck, and it's just after a while they all sound the same. So I'm like, I gotta take a break, man. But
yeah,
it was cool for what it is, man. I like Lucky, so
yeah. Hey,
yeah.
real quick, I'm on Instagram. Shout out to everybody watching on my Instagram. Nefertiti, friend of the show, said, "Hey,
Yeah,
y'all, we got to get you back on sometime soon."
it's been a while, man. If we ever have like an anniversary show, we got to get some of our old guests back on, man. I don't
Yeah,
even know when our anniversary is. We gotta look in the archives.
I know. We at episode 281
281.
in the
Yeah, been a long
300, man.
time. We started in what 2017, 2018, something like that.
I think 2017, man.
Yeah.
Because
So
this was before I was on the midday show. So it's been a minute, man.
yeah, it's been a long time, man.
Yeah.
Feels like at least.
Yeah, shout out to my man Rosewood, who my old engineer back when I was a rapper up in
Yeah.
Cleveland. Yeah.
Cleveland.
Yeah, he said he made a comment and said Drake is going back to acting after what K Dot did to him.
I mean, he should. He should. He should, honestly. If he's trying to mix things up, he should get more into acting. I think he's gonna drop. He's teasing a new song coming out. But yeah, my theory is maybe he's just trying to get as much out of music as he can right now. And when he turns like 40, he'll start kind of easing up on the music and start doing acting. But I feel like it's something you got to start earlier than that, man, if you want to get into it seriously. So yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I think he's funny as hell, man. I think he's super entertaining. I think he should have been doing that. And I get it. I mean, I guess the image Drake portrayed, I guess it might be a little hard to try to do all of that, try to be a funny, quirky guy, but mob ties. So maybe that's it. But man, I think Netflix would give him a bag, and I think he could come up with some good content, man, some good shows or movie or something like that. I think he should do that, man.
Yeah, I think the problem now with him acting is you can't remove him from being Drake at this point. Like if he comes in a drama and his name is like Jake or something, or if his name is Tony, I'm like, I would be taken out instantly when I see him because he'll be looking like Drake, talking like Drake, but I'm supposed to believe he's just some regular guy at a corner store. Like I think it's kind of like when Madonna would try to act back in the day, but she's too big, man. So whenever she's in the movie, it's like, oh, it's Madonna. I can't see her as not Madonna. So I think it's kind of like that.
It's kind of like The Rock. Remember, he tried to stay away from being The Rock.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're The Rock.
Yeah.
So he can't play nothing else but like these same characters. This big old macho man that's the sheriff or a cop or something like that. That's all he can play. So maybe that's it.
Yeah, it could be, man. He's got to be like a rapper in the show he's playing too, or something, or some big star.
Yeah.
Dragon Spitfire on X. What's going on, Dragon? Sidebar. Now we're talking about X. I've got a bone to pick with Elon, man. This like shit. What's going on, man? Why is he seems adamant to just ruin this app every time people are getting used to it and it's starting to get used to the changes. I gotta take something else away. Now he's taking away the ability to see people's likes publicly.
Yeah, so you're not a fan of this?
No, man. Like, what's the point? Number one, he had it as like a benefit for people who paid for X. So if you had the check mark and you pay whatever the price is to be a premium member, you can hide your likes. but now he just did it for everybody because he said people were getting bullied. Well, if you're getting bullied, if you're ashamed of your likes, either don't like it and bookmark it instead, or just pay for it and hide your likes. Why take it away from? At least give people a choice. That's what I'm confused about. Why just remove it for everybody?
Yeah. I was okay with I didn't like as long as the bookmarks were fine. I was cool with that. I like bookmarking stuff. That way I could go back to it and it's not public. But as far as the likes, the one thing I didn't like about the likes, I feel like sometimes people blow stuff up because they see somebody like something and they can just go through the likes. It could be like let's say it's Drake. Drake, somebody say something bad about Kendrick. And they see Drake account liked it. It's like, oh, he liked it, or in our case, as far as sports, Saquon Barkley is a free agent, and somebody say, "Hey, come play for the Texans, bro," and he liked the tweet, and then we make a whole story about it. It's just like, man, sometimes stuff like that is a little irritating, but I feel like it wasn't really bothering nobody. It wasn't like people saying, "Hey, you got to hide these likes." I don't think it was bothering people.
It bothered the people who had something to lose by liking some freaky stuff. But my answer to that is number one, make a burner account. Okay. If you want to be, because number one, I think that's part of the problem too, or the reason they're basically made porn 100% legal on X now.
Yeah.
They said straight up porn adult content is okay now.
Yeah.
You won't get banned for it. But now they know that people gonna be in the freak zone, you know, and maybe and that's the thing too. I guess when you like something, your algorithm will show more of that. So people will like things to see more of that type of content on their feed. So some of these politicians are probably gonna see some old Mia Khalifa videos or something and start liking it, and now they're gonna get scared that people are gonna look in and see they a freak. I don't know. But yeah, it seems really silly, man. I don't see why I just give people the option to do it or not. But to disable it for everybody, it's pretty silly, man. I don't get what he's doing. I don't get the mentality.
Yeah, it's funny because he got rid of that, but allowing porn to be 100% available on X, and I thought it was kind of weird, but I guess if you live in the state of Texas, it's cool because you can't go to porn sites in Texas, which is wild. Like it's pretty much banned.
Yeah. Yep, got to get a VPN, man. You got to know how to work the you got to work the workarounds.
Yeah, but you better off looking on X.
Yeah. Sidebar again. It's funny how a lot of these porn stars seem to be coming out as MAGA and super Republican. When it's like, do y'all know that these Republicans are the ones trying to ban porn?
Yeah.
What kind of job you gonna have if Trump wins again and him and his party decide no more porn for America? You guys got to submit your driver's license to get the age verification, which means nobody gonna do it because nobody wants that shit on file. It's gonna kill your industry, and you still MAGA? I don't get it, man.
Yeah, I don't either, man.
Anyway, that's my political talk for the day. I'm gonna check the Don Toliver album. I haven't heard it yet, but yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see. Oh, speaking of Tommy Richmond dropped a new song. How do you feel about this dude, man? We ain't talk about him yet.
Is that the $1 million?
Yeah, the $1 Million Baby Man.
Yeah. Honestly, I really don't care for him, man. I think the song is huge, but like I don't know. I guess I don't have a really strong opinion about him, man. I don't even know what he is. Is he like a black guy or is that
mystery, man? I think I want to say he's on Don Toliver's label or whatever. So he's connected to him. But yeah, no, man.
He's not black.
I don't know if he's like Hispanic or mixed.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I know Funk Master Flex went on a rant about how he hates that $1 Million Baby song. And I thought that was pretty funny. Tommy Richmond did drop a new song called Devil Is a Lie. on Friday, and it's just hard, man. It's just
Mm.
hard. I like it. I like it.
So
But
is it rap music?
no, it's like singing, but with the 3 6 Mafia funk type beat, man.
Mm.
I guess that's his lane.
Okay, because I mean I'm looking at Wikipedia, and his genres under his name is R&B, punk rock, hip hop, and funk. So that I guess that kind of cover all grounds. But
Yeah, that's the. I don't know, man. I haven't heard any of his earlier stuff or what he has. I only heard of him, of course, when this damn $1 Million Baby, which I'm sick of that song now officially. I
Yeah.
liked it when I first heard it. I banged it for like a day, but after seeing it on every single Instagram post, I'm sick of it now. I don't want to hear it anymore.
yeah,
But it's a hard song. I like it, but I don't want to hear it no more. But are you a fan of this man? Do you like him?
I don't really care for him, man. Yeah, I'm not. I never played this music before. I just hear it on social media and all that, and it was kind of like, who is? I know he was dominating the charts. He was like number one. Everybody's coming in second to him.
I think if Kendrick and Drake, I think they blocked him from getting like the #1 song, man.
Really?
So I think he feels the type of way because that song was blowing up when in the midst of Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah, because I remember I want to say Kendrick was number one at some point, or it was either Kendrick or Future and Kendrick, that Future and Kendrick song. And he was like second. And I'm thinking, like, who is I didn't know who it was. And then I ended up hearing the song, and I'm like, okay, it was one of them TikTok songs. But this dude's actually doing numbers. So I'm like, damn, he actually in the way at this point.
Yeah. No, he's everywhere now, man. It's people are calling him an industry plant, but I don't know enough about him. But the song is just hot, man. It's fire. He dropped a new song, which probably gonna be everywhere, called "Devil Is a Lie," on today. So yeah, it's gonna be on every Instagram. You're gonna hear the song soon enough, man. Trust me. Whether you want to or not, you're gonna hear it. So get ready. Topics for this week, things that have happened in the sports and entertainment world that we gonna discuss. NBA finals, the worst finals I've seen probably in a long time, man. Complete blowout. Celtics just killing the Mavericks. Luka getting roasted. You got Wemby going in on him, man. Not the basketball player, the analyst.
Oh yeah, Windhorst.
Brian Windhorst, yeah. Windy, I guess that's his name. He's not Wimby, he's Windy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going in on him. Yeah, man, it's looking like the Celtics going to get if not a clean sweep, a gentleman's sweep. Maybe they'll win this next game, and then they'll get it'll end in the game 5 or whatever. Do you have any thoughts about this finals, man? Is it exciting to you?
I'm just happy that people are looking at this as the worst finals now, and we can kind of get rid of that 07 finals.
Versus, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Every time somebody talk about bad finals, man, they bring that one up. I'm just like, damn, that was a bad one too. But yeah, this one might. I mean, I got to go back and see how that Cavs one looked. But this one is definitely worse because at least Dallas got 2 superstars, man. And I know Luka is hurt, but they ain't even trying, man. It's kind of embarrassing at this point, especially with Luka. But I thought Dallas would have had a chance, man. And it looked like they shouldn't even be there, man. So yeah, Boston gonna get another championship, be their 18th world championship.
Yeah, man, they killed Jerry West. Jerry West saw the writing on the wall. He's like, oh, I'm out of here. I don't want to see these motherfuckers win again.
Yeah. Did you see what Bob Cousy said about Kyrie? He pretty much said the Celtics have exposed Kyrie Irving that's not quite a superstar. He has been severely subdued. They're not even trapping him a lot. They're doing a lot of one-on-ones. Kyrie working his ass off. They're still stopping most of his stuff. He's no longer in the superstar category. He said some other stuff too. But my thought was after seeing this, I'm like, damn, Bob Cousy's still alive.
I know.
I can't believe he's still alive, man.
How
You know,
old is Bob Cousy now, man?
he got to be in his 90s.
He's 95.
Dog, he's still alive and still talking.
He could die tomorrow, man. I didn't even know. Like, that's actually impressive. The fact that he can actually watch something and say something about it.
Yeah, he's giving it. You want to hear something crazy though? So I had an uncle who played for the Boston Celtics back when Bob Cousy was with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, shout out to my uncle Stringbean. We used to call him Uncle Stringbean. We as not me because I ain't meet him. That was my mother's uncle. But his name was Benny Swain. Rest in peace to Benny Swain. But he was actually on the Boston Celtics in 1959. And actually won a championship with him. And so I think he was a backup to Bill Russell. And he was on the team with Bob Cousy. So if you search Benny Swain, that's my grandfather's brother.
Dog. Bob Cousy was born in 1928. He was born before World War II.
Damn.
He was like 10 years old when World War II started, man. He was old enough to remember the start of World War II, and he's still alive.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, and he said Kyrie ain't no superstar no more. Look, as crazy as that sound, I can't even argue with that. I'm like, this dude won all these championships, and Kyrie getting his ass handed to him right now. And look, I disagree. Kyrie's a superstar, but damn, man, 95-year-old Bob Cousy.
Look, man, he of course he's racist, okay? Like, there's no way he's not. All right, he was born in 1928, dog.
He played with some black players on the team, man.
When you had to have one, when they made the rule, you could only have one black player on the team. That's his age.
He played with Bill Russell and my uncle.
Yeah, he played with Uncle Figgy, man. Yeah, I bet does your uncle have anything to say about Bob Cousy? Does he remember him?
They was on the same team. Now my uncle passed, so but they were on the same team. I could find the picture. It was a team picture, and he was in the picture. I want to say my uncle was drafted in the first round, 4th overall, something like that.
Wow. Okay.
This is like 1959, so
yeah,
it's probably like 5 or 6 teams or something. But yeah, he was actually on the team. And the weird part about, I wish he was still alive so I could ask him about all of this. But he only played 1 year. he only played that 1 year. I think he averaged like 4 points a game. And he was like, I want to say he was like 6'8", 6'9".
Oh, damn.
So yeah, so he was tall. And that was it, man. I don't know why he only played 1 year. It was crazy. You would have thought he probably went to another team or something like that. He only played 1 year.
No, you have to remember, and the NBA wasn't nothing back then, man. Like, I'm sure he probably would have got more money having a regular job. So that it might have been a money issue. Like, it wasn't paying enough. It wasn't worth him to be in the NBA at that time.
That's true. But yeah, man, he's actually in the he actually went to TSU.
Okay.
So he's in the TSU Hall of Fame. Yeah, man, he was good at TSU. So
that's dope, man. Yeah, it was crazy time. But yeah, I did not know Bob Cousy was still alive either, man. That's wild. And talking shit. I feel like somebody is weakened at burning him. I feel like that was like his son or grandson or somebody saying, "Oh yeah, my dad said Kyrie Irving ain't a superstar." Nah, man, your dad probably somewhere don't know where he is, man. He probably on a recliner in his own world, not even watching the NBA at all. Doesn't even remember basketball. You gonna tweet under him saying, "Oh, Kyrie ain't no superstar." All right, man. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's wild, man. Anyway, this finals, I hope it's over soon because I just don't care about it. One thing I noticed, man, that's starting to annoy me, in terms of how the NBA looks right now. I was at the gym and the game was on, and it took me a while to realize it's the NBA finals because there's nothing on a court that says it's the NBA finals, man. Do you remember back in the day they used to have like the Larry O'Brien trophy
In
on
the
the
middle of
court?
yeah, they
It
used to have
had like, yeah, and it would have like the year, the 2004 NBA Finals in cursive on the court. There's none of that anymore, man.
really? I
It
ain't know.
looked like, no, I was watching the last game in Dallas, and it looked like a regular season game, man. It
Damn.
didn't look, nothing on the court indicated that it was the NBA Finals. There was no logo, no nothing. I'm like, what happened, man? I don't feel like it was that expensive to add that little writing on the court. And it looked good too. It really made it feel like, okay, I'm watching something important. This
Yeah.
could have been any game 42, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference, man.
Yeah, they need to. I feel like the NBA need to do a better job at that, man. Just how they did the in-season tournaments, no courts.
Yeah.
I mean, they ain't got to go super crazy with it, where it looked like NBA streets or something. But they should put a lot of markings on the court to let you know this is the championship round.
100%, man. I understand. I don't know when they changed that, but yeah, it just looked weird to me, man, because it took me a while to realize, oh wait, this is actually in the NBA Finals. So this is the end of the season here, because it could have been, if you're just a random passerby, you would just think, oh, this is just another blowout in the NBA, man, just another Saturday.
And the other thing too, man, they don't even remember, like every year they will have a theme song for it.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's no like what's the theme song for it? Like
Yeah, they would have a theme song, but you know, it would be bad sometimes. Like that one Pitbull song they had, that I hated that song, man. That Timber song. Remember that? I hated that song.
I'm yelling timber.
They played it all the time throughout the playoffs, man. I hated that song. That was the worst song in the worst year.
The one I hated, I think this might have been 2017, 20. It was around the time when that J. Cole album came out. That
Yeah.
count it up.
Oh, yeah, that was that was terrible too, man.
Yeah, count it up. Count it up. Like, oh man.
I remember that. That was bad. That was bad.
And
Yeah.
I watch all that shit because the Cavs was in it. They would play that going into the game, coming out of the game.
Yeah.
Breaks every time. Like,
They had him in the commercials and shit. I'm like, all right, man.
yes, he got the little NBA package, the promotion.
And look what he did with it, man. All that promotion, and now he's running for his life from beef. So
yeah, it's funny. Earlier this week, we played some of the audio from the Rockets NBA Finals back in 1994, and they had like the intro of it where it was just, I think it might have been like Bob Costas or something, and he was just like, Hakeem Olajuwon and Houston Rockets go to Madison Square Garden and take on John Starks in the NBA in the New York Knicks, and he just like hyping it up so much. It was like, it gave me goosebumps. I was just like, man, they don't got that no more, man. And not to mention it was on NBC, so you had the NBA on NBC vibe. I'm just like, man, they need to bring that back, man. I don't know why they stopped doing that.
I just don't think ABC and ESPN is good at that type of thing, man. Even Monday Night Football don't feel like a big event. And even when it's two good teams playing, you know, the coverage is whack. They don't really build it up. But NBC Sunday Night Football feels like it's a big thing, man.
Yeah.
NBC, something about their production is just better. So it's good that they're apparently going to get the NBA rights back season after next, because we can finally get that aura again, maybe. I don't necessarily want to see Bob Costas again, but somebody to get Kevin Harlan in there, man. He could do something good with that.
Yeah, man. I like the old school, the wrestling type promos
Yeah.
where the whole production was just like Michael Jordan, who struggled throughout the year against the Detroit Pistons. They take on I just like that building up that drama that make you want to watch it.
Yeah.
Now they don't really do that, man.
They really don't, man. And that's what part of the problems. They need the storylines back. They need something that kind of energy, and it's just not really there. And the people they have doing the play-by-play, the people they have doing the pregame and postgame show on ABC is just bad. It's just bad, man. They got to mix something up, but we'll see. Dragon on X said they have the finals logo on the court. Man, I swear I couldn't see it. I gotta check again. Maybe I could check the tape and see because I was looking for it and I didn't see any of it. I saw the big ass Mavericks logo on the court, on the center court, and I didn't see any NBA finals, man. Maybe I didn't look hard enough, but I was looking for it. I couldn't see it. So, but yeah, man, it just didn't have that finals feel to me, man. It don't really feel like the end of the season, and it's a big deal. But yeah, we gonna see the corny ass Celtics hoist up that trophy for the millionth time, and I don't want to see it. I don't really care.
Yeah, man.
But at least you Houston people are happy that Dallas is not gonna win and Kyrie's not gonna win. You can see the Celtics win it again instead.
Yeah,
so there you go. There's your finals right there.
I'm looking at this opening intro from 1994 in the finals, man. You think we'd get banned if we play it?
Nah, fuck it. Let's play it.
Just show you how this used to look back in the day, man. Back in my day.
Yeah. This is 90s ass editing right here, man.
With the music too.
Game 7. 2 words filled with anticipation and a history of drama.
Our guy, Bill Russell.
That shot was up.
Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Pat Riley.
Notice how epic. This is like, oh, that's right.
Pistons, Bad Boys, salty because they lost.
And now this season comes down to that one game. Game 7.
Waiting to watch this game, man.
Hard to get that. Tom Jonovich. Yeah. Hakeem.
3.
Big shot, Bob.
Just imagine sitting here waiting on the game.
Yeah, it gets you hyped,
2
man.
leaders. 2 of the best the game is known. And now, one game remains. One game. One winner. One NBA champion. Game 7. Next.
See how crazy, man. I missed them
Yeah.
times, man.
You could also tell, though, that they really wanted the Knicks to win because 90% of that footage was Pat Riley. It was the Knicks, and they just snuck in Hakeem and the Rockets.
Yeah.
They wanted New York to win, man. I see the bias.
They probably was editing that damn video in New York. In the New York offices.
Yep. But yeah, man, shit was just different back then, man. It felt big. The finals felt big. And now it's easy to not even know what's going on, man, honestly.
Yeah.
So they got to mix something up, man.
Yeah. And then people don't even care, man. I bet you could go down the street and, hey, you watching the game? What game?
The finals. Oh, it's already at the finals? Oh, damn. So, yeah, it is, man. It is. We need some of that energy back. Hopefully we get it soon with the new rights. But we'll see, man. Something got to change. ABC just got to do something with this thing.
It's not good, man.
It is bad.
Then and we could get off of this in a minute, but and then you got Doris Burke and JJ Redick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear from them, man. Like,
Look,
what
man.
happened to Jeff Van Gundy and like, I don't want to hear from them.
The issue is I get people look, people say they want the super analytical stuff, and this is what's killing me, man. People say that they want analytical coverage of basketball and analytical stuff. They want it to be covered like football. People breaking down the plays and all that stuff. But in basketball, that's just boring, man. All right. I want to hear somebody, I want to hear jokes. I want to hear like even a Kevin Harlan type person just to make the moment seem big. But I
Yeah,
don't need like a soft-spoken Doris Burke telling me why Jason Tatum's so great.
yeah,
That does nothing for me, man. I need uh something Jordan for three, bang, something like that. LeBron for three, LeBron with the hammer. I need something like that, man. I
yeah,
need I need some spice and excitement. I don't want the calm, cold-hearted, analytical, oh, the way Jason Tatum just brings up the ball is just no, I don't care about that, man. I want hype and pomp and all that, man. I want the hype.
yeah,
I need something to laugh at too if the game is bad, which Jeff Van Gundy did.
yeah. And I think the NBA didn't really care for him because he was so critical.
Yeah.
On the broadcast, which them letting them go was kind of whack. But yeah, man, it's a reason why we like Inside the NBA, man. They break down the game, of course, but they do it in a fun way where anybody can watch it. They're not like cracking you over the head with all these stats and all this other stuff, man. They pretty much some old school Hall of Famers that's watching the game like us and be like, no, see, this dude, see, Luka ain't playing with no heart. Like, that's why he not winning, because he ain't going down, all breaking down all these stats and all this stuff, man. Like, that's why people like that show, man. And plus the jokes and all that. So, and honestly, man, I don't want to hear no jokes from Doris Burke, man. Sometimes she be trying to crack some jokes and all that stuff. Like, it's just like, all right, man. I forgot what she was talking about. I think she was I think somebody got Luca. It was Luca talking about, oh yeah, remember Atlanta drafted him and then traded him to Dallas. And who was picked before him? And I forgot, I think DeAndre Ayton was picked before him. He went number 1, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And she was just like throwing that shit. It's like, man, nobody cares, man. Like,
Yeah.
damn. I was just like, why are you trying to be funny?
Yeah, she's not the entertaining at all, man. Like, I respect her knowledge of the game. I respect how she focuses on not the bullshit, but she's kind of dry and boring, man. All right. I don't know if I want her calling the finals, honestly. I know it was a big moment for them to have a woman call the finals for the first time ever.
Yeah, I think that was a big deal, but
I'd rather have like a WNBA player, like Candace Parker or somebody who's a little more animated and exciting and younger to call it than Doris Burke. But that's just me, I guess.
Yeah, she a legend, man, in my book, but I don't know. It don't have that same feeling, man. I don't think 30 years from now we'll be looking at, oh yeah, remember when JJ Redick and Doris Burke was on the call.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody care about that.
Well, at least we ain't got to worry about JJ Redick much longer, because he's probably going to be the new Lakers coach after the UConn guy turned him down and said, I don't want to deal with that motherfucker LeBron trying to tell me what to do. So he going to send his podcast buddy, JJ Redick, probably going to be the next coach of the LA Lakers. So
yeah, how you feel about the whole Shams versus Woj little back and forth beef?
Yeah, I've been seeing that, man, and I'm kind of surprised because I thought they both came from Yahoo and they were cool, because I thought that Woj,
worked
like,
Shams worked under him.
So I thought like it was, basically Woj made Shams and he got him that job and he looked out for him. I guess they have beef. They've been reporting different things about this whole Lakers coaching search and they've been throwing shade. So
yeah,
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I want to say Shams reported the JJ Redick, thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then Woj came back and reported the Dan Hurley thing and said this is the only person that Lakers been focused on the whole time. And then Dan Hurley pretty much used them to, I guess, I don't know if he got another contract with UConn or what, but he went out there and said thanks but no thanks. Thanks for the dinner and the private flight. But that kind of say a lot about the Lakers too, man. I said this earlier. I feel like the Lakers are the new Knicks. Remember everybody used to always talk about playing for the Knicks and Madison Square Garden and all that stuff. And eventually, I want to say in the 2010s, in the 2010s, nobody really wanted to go to the Knicks. And, that's when Phil Jackson was running the show. No, they couldn't really get good free agents and all this other stuff. And I feel like the Lakers are the new Knicks now, where they get these mediocre head coaches. A lot of people, you can't just say, hey, we're the Lakers. Nobody care about that. It seems like the people that do go there just want to live in LA. So it's not like the brand, like I got to play for that brand because Kobe played here and Wilt played here and Magic played here. It seems like their brand is totally like off. Like, no, you can't get a coach from UConn to coach the Lakers. And he turned down a lot of money too, man. I want to say he turned down half of his contract. Like his current contract with UConn, he would have made double that. And he turned that down to stay in UConn, which is a good job. But damn, man, that's, to me, the Lakers are the place where everybody like, nah, I'm cool. I don't care how historic this place is. I'm cool.
Doug, I think it's pretty much an open secret that no coach wants to go to the Lakers, man. Nobody wants to deal with that front office. Nobody wants to be the fall guy for a bad team and then be gone in 2 years. Like, what's the longest the Lakers have kept a coach since LeBron came, man?
Dude,
Like,
how long since look up the list of head coaches since Phil Jackson left. And that was back in the day. Like the max they stayed there was like 2, maybe 3 years. And that was bad, man. Like I think LeBron is the big problem too. But I think overall, man, I just think I think it just kind of suck working there, man. Like I just don't get it. Nobody want to stay. It's crazy.
They don't. Nobody wants to deal with that circus, man. Number one, being the Lakers, you got this rabid fan base who's gonna call for your head no matter what. You got LeBron, who secretly run the team most likely, and you got to deal with the fact that they're probably most likely going to draft Bronny. You got to deal with that whole circus, and you got to act like you're trying to win games, man.
Yeah.
You got all these bad contracts. You got, they got a list of problems, man, and no coach can fix that. No coach can really fix what's going on in LA. So they don't want to go there. Yeah, you get money, but you're going to get a lot of hate and bullshit thrown your way. You're going to be gone in 2 years.
Yeah. So Phil Jackson, his second stint with the Lakers was 2005 to 2011. Since then, they had Mike Brown. He only lasted, I want to say, a year. Mike D'Antoni, I think he lasted 2 years.
I forgot he coached the Lakers, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think he coached 2 years. Byron Scott.
Remember that?
Luke Walton. You had Frank Vogel.
Yeah.
Frank Vogel and Darvin Ham. Dog, and look, I understand, like I understand people were saying like, oh, they need like a down-to-earth type of head coach. I feel like that was Darvin Ham, man. He wasn't like this flashy old school guy that been around for a long time and his time is just up. I feel like Darvin Ham was the perfect guy. He was kind of low key, a good basketball guy. He played in the league and all this other stuff. And they let him go. Like, I don't know where they go at this point. So I just don't get. Maybe they do go JJ Redick. Maybe he is
JJ Redick, man. They need to stop dancing around the bush and just do it. Like, yeah, they're gonna look like a joke for doing it, but they're gonna do it. So just get it over with, man.
Yeah.
It just hire your boy. LeBron gonna hire his boy. He gonna draft his son, and it's gonna be one big happy family over at Staples Center, whatever it's called right now.
Yeah,
Crypto Arena. Is it still called Crypto? I think they changed the name again, didn't they?
really.
So,
I can't. It's always
what is
stable to me, man.
yeah, it is to me, but I think they changed it. Crypto.com.
Yeah,
What is it called now? I guess it's still Crypto.com Arena. But yeah, man. We'll see what happens. Have you been watching this show? My mom keeps asking me about it. I guess she's enjoying it. The show called Clipped about the Clippers.
I've been wanting to see that. I meant to bring that up to you, man. I was wondering if you was interested in watching that.
We'll
So-
watch it. I've heard good things about it. My mother keeps talking about it. She's saying even my dad's watching it now. So I'll check out a couple episodes, man.
I seen the cast of it, man, and people was clowning it on social media, which kind of ruined it for me a little bit. Kind of looking forward to seeing this, but they had Lawrence Fishburne,
Yeah, as
playing
Doc Rivers.
They had I forgot what else. They
Al
had.
Bundy as Donald Sterling.
I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they got the dude that played in P Valley as Chris Paul, the gay rapper that played P Valley as Chris Paul, which is hilarious. So I'm gonna check it out, man. FX usually do a good job with these like docu-series or whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm interested to see it, man.
Yeah. Oh, I see JJ Redick was in Clip too. So yeah, I'll check it out, man. I've been hearing some things about it, so I'm gonna check it out. Other things real quick. How do you feel about Caitlin Clark being left off Team USA? Has been a very contentious topic on social media. Stephen A and others have been very upset at the fact that she's not there because they believe it could bring more viewers. The actual WNBA players are like, she don't deserve to be there. She's a rookie who's not that good. So what do you think, man? Do you think it'll be worth it for them to bring in the viewers and have her on Team USA, or do you think they did the right thing by excluding her?
I think they did the right thing, man, because I mean, you can look at her season and stats and be like, oh yeah, she having an okay year. But it's a lot of girls that's having a good year, man. And there was a girl that was actually left off who was balling. This girl Agumba Wale.
Yeah.
Yeah, her actually her brother played for the Texans. Is Dare. So she actually having a really good season, man. I think I think she scored like 20 plus points in a whole bunch of consecutive games, and she was left off. So yeah, man, I think people got to be honest, man. Like this is not a circus, man. Like, it's some really talented women in the WNBA, and let's be real, they gonna blow through the Olympics. They gonna ball out. They gonna get the gold because it's not a lot of good foreign women players out there, and they gonna run through the matchups. They gonna win. But Caitlin Clark, she'll make it one day. Like this ain't like we ain't gotta give her a spot. Like I'm perfectly fine with it, and she was perfectly fine with it. And I don't know. I kind of feel bad for her a little bit because all the conversations, how everybody making everything political about her, she ain't said a word, man. I feel like she's not really doing anything, and I feel like they putting all this pressure on her. And I think she's saying the right thing. She's saying like, hey, maybe I'll get there one day, and it's sad, but I got a lot of work. She's saying all the right things. And it seemed like everybody is like one side making her look so bad, and the other side is like trying to defend her, trying to kind of be on her side more, and all it. It's like we created this whole war, and it's like she ain't even say none of this, man. So I really feel bad for her. I'm becoming more of a fan of her, man. And it's sad to say because it's like if you root for Caitlin Clark, people look at you crazy, like
You're a racist.
Yeah,
Donald Trump loving.
or why you root for this white girl? I'm just like, man, it shouldn't even be like that, man. It'd be one thing if she was talking cash shit, And it's like, all right, like, you know, if she was saying, "Hey, I'm the face of the," if she was talking like a bunch of crap, then I would get it. But damn, man, she ain't even saying nothing. And she got, man, they got ESPN in the chokehold, man. Like I never seen so much WNBA talk on ESPN.
See Bravo in the comments, man, trying to talk shit to you. Say you look like one of his aunties with them glasses on.
Wow.
Them stylish glasses now, dog. I don't know. Figgy on top of the fashion world. I don't know if you know, but yeah, that's in style now, dog. What's up, Bravo? Good to see you here, man.
I know, man. We no Will Smith hate today, man. So,
oh yeah, we didn't talk about that yet, but wrapping up about Caitlin Clark, man. Yeah, I agree. Look, I wouldn't be mad if they put her on because, I mean, and Stephen A. made this point. I didn't agree with most of what he said, but he made this point: like the women gonna win no matter what.
yeah.
Okay, they're gonna win no matter what. They've won 8 years in a row.
They haven't won since like 1992.
It's been a long ass time, man. I doubt that them putting Caitlin Clark is suddenly they're gonna get silver. You know, obviously the women are much better than the competition. But that being said, I get how it's gonna create problems, especially if she doesn't get much playing time. It would probably create a rift in the locker room with people not believing that she deserved to be there. And I get wanting to avoid the drama. I also get why ESPN is upset and all the sports media people are because they wanted to cover the drama.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's nothing to talk about when their women Olympic team plays, except now they have to cover it because they kind of put themselves in a hole where it's, okay, we got to cover it, but there's going to be no drama because they're just going to blow everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
So I get why Stephen A. Smith and the rest wanted it to happen, but I also get why they didn't do it. So,
yeah.
But I will say, man, in general, I've seen a lot. I've seen the shift about WNBA happen way faster than I thought it would, man. Suddenly, it's no longer corny or weird for men to talk about women's basketball.
Yeah.
Suddenly, I see a lot of dudes talking about it with no shame. It used to be you get clowned at least by one person in the comments or wherever in real life talking about WNBA basketball. Not anymore, man. People actually breaking down the games and saying, oh, Caitlin Clark got to work on her handle. Like they're really breaking it down like a regular ass sport, man. So whatever you want to say about the drama, I think it's been positive for the league, man, because it's no longer weird or considered strange for men to talk about WNBA. So at least there's that going for it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's funny because our guy Brandon Caldwell, shout out to Brandon Caldwell. This dude, man, he been on the WNBA bandwagon for a minute, man. And he was upset. I think he deleted the tweet, but he was upset about and Bravo actually brought this up, man, about that report. The WNBA still I guess expected to lose up to like 50 million this year. And I guess I really didn't buy that report for some reason because it was Outkick and what's that other site, Blaze, that reported it. And every time they report something, it's some type of political gender war or racial war against it or something like that. And or gender war. And yeah, I kind of didn't really believe it, but yeah, Brandon Caldwell was pissed about this. He was just like, man, why they trying to push these agendas and these people trying to make everything like that. I'm just like, I don't know, man. But it seemed like they shifted a lot of the conversation, man, center around this WNBA stuff, man.
No, 100%, man. And like, look, if the WNBA is losing money, it's because they haven't been able to capitalize on the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and all that effect yet. I'm sure the TV deals and all the sponsorships were locked in already, so they can't charge more and do all this. So, look, it's going to get better, man. I don't know why this ruffled any feathers to say it's still losing money when obviously things are on the up. You see the ratings are way up, like 200% up from last year. Like, look, man, it's going to get better. So I don't even know why it's ruffling anybody's feathers, man. Of course, these certain media outlets are going to push whatever they want to push to further an agenda. but I'm not worried about it, man. You can see through the bullshit.
Yeah.
Miguel said she's the only reason I'm even paying attention. I'm not watching, but I'm paying attention. And she said they mad because she's straight. They can't turn her. You joke, man. But that honestly, I remember a player did come out and say that was actually a issue in the league, and nobody. It was weird how that story just didn't get any traction, man. It's a woman who played in the NBA for years, WNBA, and she basically said she was bullied because she was straight. And everybody was trying to, if you're not a lesbian in WNBA, you get bullied a lot and they treat you differently. And it was just a lot going on. And yeah, that story got buried. She did interviews. She did a lot of media and it didn't get any traction anywhere on ESPN or anything, man. I'm like, damn, I thought we believe all women. What happened? What happened to the Me Too movement? I guess it don't affect women on women. It's only a man and woman. So, okay. But anyway, Tab says, Miguel said, Cameron, come on, man. You don't be a chauvinist pig talking about women like they're sexual objects, okay? They're
part of the problem.
You're part of the problem. Tab says, I'm the one corny dude. Look, not everybody's going to be in WNBA. I get it, man. And part of my problem, like, I still see it. I was watching Angel Reese highlights because she had, like, a 30 points or something like that, or 22, something, her career high. I think it might be a 22 or something like that. But like the game, just, I don't know, man. It's still kind of rough to see the layups to me because it'd be looking like they're just throwing the ball. Like there's no finesse in the layups, man. It's just like they chucking it up.
Dog, I tweeted something a couple days ago, and this account, man, got me good. They're like, Angel Reese with the dunk. And I'm like, oh, she dunked. So I'm watching the highlight and she running down the court, fast break. This girl just like lobby it up.
I saw that.
Man, I was just like, man, I thought she slammed. I'm like, oh, I'm like, if she dunked, I'm gonna get hyped. Man, that wasn't even like a Steve Nash layup, man.
Yeah, I saw that. I think that's part of the highlight package of her career night. She had a fast break, nobody around. In the NBA, you would see a dunk 100%, or at least like a cool little finesse layup.
Yeah, or at least Lisa Leslie with a grinder.
She like stopped under the rim and like threw it at the corner.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
And NBA Central, the one to be posting a lot of highlights. They said in all caps, Angel Reese with the fast break dunk at the fire emojis. I'm like, man, y'all had me thinking I'm about to see a dunk.
Yeah, there's got to be one woman in the WNBA at some point that can dunk. Like, I know there's been a few, but even I remember Brittany Griner was supposed to be that person who was going to be in the WNBA and dunking. And she really can't, man. There was a TV spot, I think, for some morning news thing where she was trying to dunk. They like, show us the dunk. And she tried like 5 times and couldn't do it.
Why do you think is? Because I feel like with all the technology and ways you could, how you could be so athletic, why is it that women that are at least like 6'6" can't really dunk like that, man? It seems like none of them really have those hops.
I think it's the calf muscles, man. They just aren't like men's. They just something about men's calves and ankle. Their leg muscles are just way stronger, man. Like we have that explosiveness. I'm not saying like every man can do it. Obviously, we can't. But the athletic men are just built for jumping high, and women, even the athletic ones, really aren't. But I don't know, man. I don't know. People, they get mad when you say you should lower the rim, so we can't suggest that. We can't even say that.
That's what Bravo just said.
Bravo just said it. No, we can't say that. That's sexist, okay?
I know. We're gonna be looking like Kenny Smith. She should have moved up. She should have moved up.
They gonna cancel you for saying that. They get upset saying you should lower the rim, but I think that would help.
They should do a poll on that, like a WNBA poll, like within their league, to see if would they be down with lowering the rim.
I just don't get the mentality because, okay, y'all have a smaller ball, y'all have a shortened 3-point line. The game's already different from the men. Why not lower the goal like a foot or two? I mean, I just don't get why not.
Dude,
But they don't want to even.
how entertaining would that be to see women out here dunking on people? That would be entertaining. Just imagine seeing Angel Reese just coming up. Ah!
Yep.
Well, that would be entertaining, man, because I think that's the knock on the WNBA at times, man, or even like college basketball for women. Sometimes it get a little dry, man. I think that's a good thing about like men's sports or men's basketball. Like sometimes a dunk could just make the place erupt. And you don't really get that with women. And they be balling. I think sometimes they be balling, but sometimes like just that fast break. You see one of the tallest girls on the court, man, just kind of throw up that that layup. It's just like, man.
Yeah, it's ugly, man. It's sometimes I just it would help, I think, if they lowered it, but they're not going to do it, so it's pointless to even talk about it. I think eventually we have to get a woman who's like freakishly athletic, who's going to be in WNBA and going to dunk.
Yeah, like I hear what you're saying about the Cavs and all that stuff, but man, I feel like it should be some type of woman who's like a freak athlete that got hops. Like I feel like the only person that had hops was Diana Taurasi. It seemed like one that had the hops. But yeah, man, it's kind of wild how you never seen, like, the only ones we've seen was like Brittany Griner and Lisa Leslie.
No, before I ask my question, I'm gonna read the comments first. I have something to ask. Hold on, I'm trying to read. If we can read these comments first before we put them on. Bravo said the layups are terrible. Miguel said Andrew Reese like the Joakim Noah of the WNBA. Yeah, kind of, I guess.
Kind of cute like him.
Yeah, she has an ugly shot, man. It be going in some. You got to work on that. I think she could be really good. She just works on her shot, man. She has an ugly form.
Yeah.
Okay, we ain't gonna read that. All these sexist comments coming in from Miguel. We can't put that on the screen, man. Miguel asked it, didn't Lisa Leslie dunk? I don't even remember, man.
She was the first person in WNBA history who dunked.
Yeah, but it wasn't like every game, man. It was
just that one.
Yeah.
Man, highlight every single day when she did that too, man. That was
like the rim graze, the rim grazer dunk in 2K where you have like the
yeah.
But she did do it. Bravo said Angel Reese poster over anybody would turn me up. Yeah, it would, man. It would be good to see the girls dunk and move around. Miguel asked if the chick can the chick from Brazil dunk? The one that JR Square Brief got in trouble for.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't watch their games. I don't think she can. I mean, there's some women that can dunk, like barely get there, but not every game, not in the course of a game. This is the first woman dunk by Lisa Leslie. Let's see it.
Yeah, man. This
quality looked like it was on
Missed the shot from three-point range straight away. Fires, gets it up to Leslie. What's she gonna do? She dunked it for the first time.
Okay, that wasn't bad.
Someone has dunked in a game. It's Lisa Leslie with the dunk. Nobody, nowhere, no.
That was actually better than I thought it would be, man. I thought it was gonna be like she barely got up there. She kind of did barely get up there, but it was actually she didn't stop and gather herself and jump. She was doing it in motion. It wasn't bad.
Man, did you see how they celebrated?
Oh yeah,
that was kind of dope. But they played that for like a week straight, man.
They had to, man. That was a big moment for the WNBA.
Yeah,
but yeah, they've got to get more of that, man. They got to get somebody who can do it consistently. He said she's stiff like Patrick Ewing. Look, man, they had to get it by hook or crook. Here's a little better quality. It's on TikTok. Yeah, she got up there, man. She cleared it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, we got to get something like that. We got to get some more action in WNBA for people to really get invested, but we'll see. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I got to ask, do you think they'd ever let a trans woman in WNBA? Like, get your Duana Man jokes out now. I know it's coming, but do you think they would ever let that happen?
I actually thought about that, man. I thought about that not too long ago because it's getting close. It's getting very close because and you know what? The reason I thought about that was this was back when we was talking about the big three. And remember I said Caitlin Clark should have just signed with the big three for like $3 million or $5 million. And somebody say, oh no, she ain't gonna be able to play with some of the old school guys. But I'm thinking like she probably can, to be honest. I don't think they're gonna like knock her to the ground, but like I think she can hang with that because like I played with girls growing up too. It was a girl down the street from me. She actually played in the WNBA eventually, but her name was Shamika Randall. She was cold, she was posting dudes up and everything. She was like a real player. But I actually thought about that after we talked about her playing in the big three. And I'm like, dang, we getting close because you see like transgenders playing wrestling and all this other stuff. And I I think eventually, I don't know if it'll be anytime soon, but I think eventually I think it's gonna come close. I'm not gonna say they go, a transgender gonna be playing for the LA Sparks or nothing, but I think it's gonna be a situation where somebody they're gonna try it. And I feel like the WNBA probably gonna they can't say no, you can't do it, but they gonna make a way where they probably won't make the team. I don't see it happening. That's that talk about controversy. I think that create a lot of drama, man.
Dog, if you thought that Caitlin Clark discourse was bad, if there was a trans woman in a WNBA, it would be 100 times worse. The dialogue behind that, all the left wing and right wing people and the narratives they would make, it would be 100 times worse than what it is right now with Caitlin Clark.
And you see what like WNBA players are saying about Caitlin Clark and the media coverage of it. Like, hey, I've been playing for a long time too. You could tell they irritated with the Caitlin Clark coverage. I think everybody in the WNBA will be vocal about this. Like, nah, this can't happen. I think they will actually try to stop that. I can see all these women that's playing in the league right now trying to say hell no. Like I don't know if that person could go to the NBA and play like that.
They can't. That's the thing, man. I don't think they would be able to come out and say no. You can't have her here. Because a lot of the WNBA audience is super liberal, man. They can't just come out and exclude a trans woman and say, I know we're getting way in the weeds and we're getting into some weird topics here, so I'm going to cut it off here. But I'm just saying my thoughts on it. They would have to test the waters and see. But I don't think the players would be able to come out and just say, no, she can't be in it. Because that would lose a lot of fans who do support the WNBA.
Yeah, but I mean, I know they can't. They probably won't be able to just come out and say no. But I think they will have an issue as far as like advantage, because if it's a guy that's like 6'8", that's an unfair advantage, man. Or not a guy, but a transgender that's 6'8", that's athletic. That's an unfair advantage, and I think I don't know. I think at that point, especially if you like a Angel Reese or something like that, I feel like you will have to speak up at some point because that might affect you. Like that might affect the way you play against that person. So I don't know. It's tricky, man. I just think the league probably would deny that. They'll probably make a way where they won't let it happen, and they're gonna get some blowback from it. But I don't know. That would be tricky, man.
Yeah. Miguel said Shaq's son turned to a girl. Magic Johnson has a trans daughter that's very tall. And I always wondered, like, what would happen if she played in WNBA?
Yeah.
Because you got training from Magic Johnson. She tear the league up, man. But I think she didn't want to play basketball. So, and D Wade too. Look, it's some players out there with some trans daughters that That could tear up the league, man. I don't know.
I think it's gonna get to that point. I don't know if anybody gonna play in the WNBA, but it's gonna get close, man. Because like I said, you see a lot of I don't know if you see. I guess I'm
So let
guessing.
me correct myself. I don't think Magic Johnson's son is trans. I think it's just
I think
he's just gay. Yeah, so I messed it up. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know, EJ.
yeah.
Johnson. But
He-
Dwayne Wade is his kid is trans. But yeah, man, I think it's gonna get close, man, because like I said, you see a lot of high school and I think some college where when it comes to like wrestling, where a trans woman is qualified in the women's wrestling, and like I think somebody gonna try it, man.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Miguel said, oh, I'm getting very Ben Shapiro. Stop it, man. I ain't nothing like that. Not yet. He also says, what if Dwayne Wade? Yeah, we talked about that. Dwayne Wade's son or daughter, Zaire, I believe her name is. Yeah, I don't know. But it could happen, man. I don't know. Yeah, just a thought I had thinking about, the dunks and whatnot. And yeah, there'll be social media will be ruthless, so it would be tough for every party involved, man. Like I said, the Joanna Man jokes will be very, very abundant on social media, so yeah, it'll be wild. But I don't
Yeah,
know, man. Just something I thought about randomly.
I know our kid will have a field day with that.
Everybody would, man. They would milk this for every second it's worth, man. Every media outlet would have a field day with it. So yeah, but
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon.
yeah.
How do you feel about Christian McCaffrey being on the cover of Madden 2025?
I'm fine with that. I'm okay with it. I really don't I feel like the Madden covers don't really hit how it used to.
Hell no.
Yeah, I know people saying it was rumors that CJ could be on it. But
Too early.
yeah, I think so too. But yeah, man, I think it's cool. Like I said, I don't think it hit how it used to, man.
Nah, the curse been dead. I thought it was whack when they put like Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes on the cover one time.
Yeah.
And NBA 2K used to matter until they had like 4 different editions with 4 different covers, and it was like, nah, I don't care anymore,
Kobe
man.
Bryant edition, the Michael Jordan edition.
Yeah. The Kevin Durant, the Devin Booker was on one year, and I'm like, okay, y'all really scraping the bottom of the barrel now. But yeah, man, I don't really care about the Madden. I mean, that curse has been dead. Rob Ram on YouTube says a Madden curse is coming. I mean, Christian McCaffrey probably gonna get hurt, man. You getting up there, you're a running back, but I don't think I wouldn't chalk that up to a damn curse. That's just he hit the expiration date. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, shout out to Christian McCaffrey, I guess.
Yeah.
Pharrell has a new movie, speaking of Pharrell, called Piece by Piece.
Now, did you see this?
No, what is it?
So this is kind of like I want to say a documentary, but it's a movie about his life. And this is the catch to it. He's making this movie in Lego form. So it's like a Lego movie.
Oh, I think I did hear about this. Yeah.
Yeah, so he got a lot of people that's in this movie. I don't know if I don't know if the voices are actually the real people, but you got like Snoop Dogg in this movie as a Lego. You got Jay-Z in this movie as a Lego. It's in Lego form. It's tricky too because I would like to hear about Pharrell's life. I would like to see a movie about that, but it's a little dicey now trying to watch a Lego movie, man. So that's
Now,
it's,
they're going to be a Chad Hugo Lego, or are they still falling out and he can't have them in the movie or something? They're going to act like he did it all on his own.
I don't know, man. That's a good question.
Like an Asian guy with a different name.
Yeah. But the good thing about this, I guess this movie is it is a soundtrack coming, and Jay-Z is on the soundtrack. I think Kendrick Lamar is on the soundtrack. It's a lot of names on it, so this might be a nice little album to check out.
Okay. Yeah, a Lego movie about his life seems like the type of thing that Pharrell would do.
It don't even surprise you do it.
It really doesn't, man. That sounds like something Pharrell would do. I mean, I think it would be cooler if he made a movie like, you know, the Billionaire Boys Club, that little cartoon he had of himself that it was on his albums and stuff and his merch. It would be cool if he made like an animated movie with that type of style. I think that would be dope. A Lego
Yeah.
movie, man, I don't know. That's like for super kids. So I don't know, man. I'll be interested in maybe seeing it, but if it's like, you know, a Lego movie, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll see. He is apparently doing the a song for Despicable Me 4, and people are speculating whether some of the lyrics in this song are a shot to Drake. I don't know. Me personally, I thought that this song was probably made a long time ago, and it probably was before this whole beef kicked off with Kendrick. But maybe it wasn't, man. I don't know. It was you never know with these rappers, man. It could be.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the movie piece by piece, and the voice. So it's a voice cast, obviously. Pharrell is in it. Morgan Neville. I'm not familiar who that is. Gwen Stefani is in it as herself. Kendrick Lamar is himself. Timberland, Justin Timberlake, Busta Rhymes, Jay-Z, and Snoop. And Nori and Da Pump make appearances as themselves too. So he got a lot of artists in here, man, playing themselves. So I kind of like that, man. And of course, as far as the music, I think these guys will probably be in it as well.
Yeah, that'll be dope to hear, man. Miguel said, "No, I want to like Get Rich or Die Trying or ATL." You're not gonna get that from Pharrell, man. Those are hood stories, and
Yes.
Pharrell really wasn't in the hood like that, man. We know that. So
Pharrell is always ahead of the curve, man. He ain't doing. He would have did that movie back in the 70s.
yeah,
Now this dude, like, I actually respect the creativity, man. Just doing a Lego movie as your life, I think it's kind of genius.
yeah. I mean, it could be good. I'll give it a chance, man. Possibly. I don't just hope it's not like a super kids movie, man. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be good. It could happen. Stranger things have happened in hip hop. So
I'm just feeling kind of weird going to see a Lego movie, man. I was never into the Lego movies.
I felt I played Lego games, and when I went to, I think it was around Christmas time, I was with the family, and I was playing one of the Lego Star Wars, I think Lego Marvel or Avengers, if one of them Lego games with my nephew, my youngest nephew, and yeah, man, it was actually a fun game to play 2-player because you know you're fighting together and everybody is turning into blocks and all this. You got to build stuff and then solve these puzzles and stuff. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a Lego movie before, so I don't know if they're good or not.
Yeah.
Tab said Miguel and Tab asked the same question on YouTube. They said, "How old is Pharrell?" I know he's in his 40s at the very least, probably almost 50.
I thought he had a 50.
He's at 51.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm about to say I remember when he turned 50, and people saying he don't look like he 50.
Yeah, because I can't say he's done work on himself, man. I think it's strange he dyed his hair blonde at 51 years old. But besides that, I think he's just a youthful looking dude. He probably has some kind of weird skincare routine. But he's always looked way younger than he is, man. I remember when he came out, he looked like he was a teenager. And he was like in his 20s. So yeah, man, he's up there. But he does look he probably got some kind of vampire type. You know, he probably sleep in the coffin.
Yeah. I think a lot of people that don't really drink and smoke and all that stuff, man, I think they just kind of age different, man.
That's true. I hate to say it, but look at Will Smith and Martin Lawrence in Bad Boys 4, man. You can obviously see, even though they're around the same age, I believe, you can see who's been taking care of himself and who, you know, had some rough times. So yeah, man. Speaking of which, are you going to see Bad Boys 4? Have you seen it yet?
I haven't seen it yet. I think I'm going to see it though, man. A lot of people, I heard nothing but good things about this movie. Like people were saying it did really good at the box office. So I think I am going to see it, man. I'm gonna take the time to go see it.
Miguel said, "I think you look 25." Yeah, man, it does look very youthful. I look
Yeah,
45. Yeah, I'm sure, but it is what it is.
nah, don't it be wild when you see somebody around your age and they look super old? It's people that's like 37, 38, and they like damn near all gray. Like they got all the gray popping in and all this up. And I'm like, man, it's wild, man.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Wall looks way older than he is too. He's gone completely gray, man. I respect him for not dyeing his hair. To be honest, I respect him for not trying to look like a kid. He just let himself go gray, and he's cool with it. But he looks like he's like in his 60s, man. I don't know,
Yeah.
like he's gray. He's gone completely gray.
He like silver, man. It ain't even gray. It's just like silver.
Yeah, he's only 43 too. He's not even that old, man. He's not even 45 yet.
He's almost his age.
Yeah, I know. We're close to his age.
Man, dog, I thought he was older than that, man. That's crazy.
Rob Ram says he's heard only positive things about Bad Boys. Yeah, I've heard it's a really good movie, man. I heard people say it's like the first, maybe the second best Bad Boys movie. Of course, nothing's gonna beat 2.
Yeah.
2, you can't beat Bad Boys 2, man. That's too much of a classic movie. But people are saying it's probably the second best Bad Boys movie. So I'm gonna check it out, man. I don't know if I'm gonna see it in the theaters or wait for streaming, but
yeah, and it's rare to have like all of these sequels that actually be pretty good, man. Because like a lot of times, like the first one is always the best one.
yeah.
Simple fact, it's really rare to have like a part 2 that's better than part 1. And even years later, if you make one that's just as good as part 2 or part 1.
Yeah, usually when they wait a long time and bring it back, it's usually really bad. Like I remember Dumb and Dumber. They tried to make another Dumb and Dumber like 20 years later.
And Dumber,
like, yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm not gonna watch that, man. It's been too long for certain things. But or like Clerks when they did Clerks 3. I don't even see that. Clerks 2 was Clerks 3, I didn't even see it. They were way too old at that point. But yeah, usually when they bring back a franchise after 20 years, it's really Ghostbusters. I don't know what they're doing with that now, but they're trying to bring that back again with the original cast that's still alive.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, and it's been a bad run of part 2s 20 years later and all that. So
I forgot. Miguel just brought something up. They remade Good Burger, or they made a new did that come out?
Yeah, that came out. I didn't see it.
I completely forgot that came out. See, the funniest thing, I'm sure that tanked too. It's really funny how people on social media all say, "Oh, they should make another Good Burger. They should make another season of Family Matters. They should make another season of this thing that was popular 30 years ago." Then when it comes out and they remake it, nobody watches it.
Yeah, nobody supported it.
I remember they brought back some old cartoons like Animaniacs and Tiny Toons Adventures. And everybody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch it." Finally, they brought it back, and nobody watched that, and it got canceled again.
Yeah.
Like, y'all got to stop asking for things y'all don't really want to see. Okay, you don't want to see another Good Burger. You just want to be 11 years old again. You want to go back in time and watch Good Burger when you were 11. You don't want to be a 35-year-old man watching Good Burger.
Yeah. Yeah, and I said this years ago, man. They just need to they need to do like reunions. So just bring the cast back, do like a little like a documentary series or something like that. Just one episode of just bringing the cast back and reminiscing. Just like how they did with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, how they just brought the cast back and oh yeah, remember this and oh yeah, when I first started, I think they should do more stuff like that. I think they did it with Friends. Just do stuff like that, reminisce and call it a day, man. You ain't got to bring the entire series back.
Yeah. I don't think they really got to. I mean, they get too hyped up in the social media talk, and then they realize, oh, it don't translate to real life. It kind of reminds me. There was a movie called Morbius, where it was like a comic book movie in the Spider-Man universe. and everybody memed this movie because it looked so stupid. So everybody was lying. They say, "Oh, I went to go see Morbius. It was the best movie ever. It had all this. It was better than Avengers 2 and Avengers 1. Like it was a joke." But I don't think the studio knew it was a joke because they were like, "All right, guys, you asked for it. We're putting Morbius back in theaters just for you." And then it did. Nobody went to go see it, man. So I don't think they really realize this social media stuff half the time be memes and jokes. It's not actually people who want to see something. They just want to get some tweets off.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you I meant to ask you, did you have you been watching the X-Men 97?
Nah, I don't have Disney Plus, man. I'm gonna get it for a month just to watch it. I heard nothing but good things about it. Everybody said it was good, but there's nothing else I want to see on Disney Plus. And I feel kind of stupid paying like $20 or whatever it is to get Disney Plus for 1 month just to watch one show. But I'm gonna watch it eventually, man. I want to see it because I was a fan of the original cartoon. I'm a fan of X-Men, so I want to see it, but I haven't seen it yet. No.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of shows and movies, man. I think remember I tweeted this too. I retweeted it because I can't believe they did this. But remember back in 2018, remember we was talking about the remake of Lion King?
Yeah.
The real Lion King, and after a while, I'm just like, man, you know what would be better if they make a prequel. Remember, I said I made
Yeah.
a prequel about seeing how Scar and Mufasa grew up. They actually doing that shit, man.
Of course they are, man. Of course they are.
Dog, I tweeted this in 2018, man, and I want to say 2021 they dropped a flyer, pretty much saying it's coming soon. And I want to say this year they dropped the actual trailer of it. So I'm just like, man, I can't believe they did this.
It's embarrassing how Disney is just completely out of ideas, man.
They lost.
Like, The Lion King was a good movie for one movie. And they done milked that franchise. They done made like 2 direct-to-video sequels of The Lion King. Then they did the live action one. Now they're doing a prequel. Like, dog, it was one good story that was told good one time. We ain't got to know the Lion King MCU of the. Now they gonna have all these characters in the Lion King universe. Nobody cared about it like that. It was a cool movie about cartoon lions, man. You ain't got to make any more than that.
Yeah,
They're really circling the drain at Disney with this stuff, man. They're really out of ideas.
yeah. I'm just mad. I ain't getting credit for it, man. I felt like they seen my tweet, man. Look, that's my story, man, because I tweeted that shit back in 2018. So yeah, I don't know. I probably ain't gonna see it, but
Miguel said they need to bring back James Earl Jones. Man, he's done. He's hung up. He's retired. He's like 90 something. I believe he did like do some kind of voice thing for AI in the future for Darth Vader. And they announced that where they got like use of his voice and they can manipulate it for future movies in the for Star Wars movies, which is kind of creepy, but if you got paid for it, I'm cool with it.
yeah, he 100%. I think he 100% got paid for that. I think,
of course he did.
Which was kind of smart because that money probably gonna go to his family whenever he go.
Yeah.
But but his legacy as Darth Vader can still go on.
Yeah. Rob on YouTube said now he's hyped for some Lion King Team Scar. Yeah, Team Scar, Team Mufasa. We got to see their beef when they grow up and all that. I'm like, I just don't care, man. I don't care. Prequels and period. I don't like prequels, man. I don't like the I like Mad Max. I like the Mad Max Fury Road, but they just made a prequel to that Mad Max movie. And it's like, I don't care, man. I don't care about how the girl lost her arm. I ain't got to see a whole movie about that. Like, let's go forward in the future and have an ending I don't see coming. Okay? Because I know how this is going to end. She going to end up being in the same spot where we started the first movie. So I don't like prequels, period. I think there's a point in doing them. And I wish they'd stop doing them, period. Let's have sequels. Let's move the story forward. I don't like the prequel stuff, man.
Yeah. I like some I guess this was technically a prequel. The Captain America, I want to say, what was it, Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
It went because that was technically a prequel. I like that movie, but yeah, it depends. It depends. I think if it's a really good movie and show, like, and especially because some movies start like right in the middle, where you kind of like, damn, I don't know what happened. You just right into the action, and you have no backstory and all that stuff. Like, if it's like that, then I'm fine with it. But you can tell sometimes where it's just like milking the cow, man. Where it's just like some stuff don't need a backstory.
Like when they did remember Cruella? They made a movie about Cruella DeVille from 101 Dalmatians, and I think was it Emma Stone that was in it?
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
did like an
yeah.
origin story for Cruella DeVille. And I'm
Hmm.
like, man, who cares? She was an evil woman who wanted to kill the dogs and make a coat out of them. I don't need to see her traumatic childhood to know how she came to hate dogs and wants to make coats out of them. Who cares?
Yeah,
It's crazy, man.
yeah. That yes, some stuff like that is kind of like, like I mean, they do a lot of prequels with like the Marvel universe and all that stuff. So some stuff I'm fine with, but some stuff don't need like a prequel. To me, this is a perfect example. Like, what's the show Big Bang Theory? They
Yeah.
have a show called Young Sheldon.
Yeah, just ended too.
Yeah, well, I guess it was a pretty good show. I ain't really watch it, but my wife watched it. But like I've never watched Big Bang Theory and say I need to find the backstory on Sheldon. I just never like some stuff you never thought about. Like I don't need to hear the backstory on how Will Smith grew up before the Fresh Prince, before he moved to Bel Air. So some stuff I just don't you don't need.
That's what Rob Ram said. We got to know how he got the scar. We got to know how Scar got the scar. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be like some traumatic story.
I am intrigued by that because I felt like that is a good one to do it for. I think it's a little too late, and we ain't got to go through the whole production, how it's made, and all that stuff. But I do think it's intriguing because the Lion King it did start right in the middle. Like, why do he hate his brother so much? Why are they so separate? They like brung you right into that part where it's just like, why do you hate your brother? It's kind of like with Marvel with Loki and I want to who was it? Thor?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like why they hate each other?
But see, not every villain have to have a reason to be a bad guy, man. That's my problem.
What is
Because
his
like,
brother?
who cares? He's just an evil guy. Some brothers are evil, okay? That's
Yeah.
all you gotta know. He's the bad guy. Who can like that's they look. I'm getting my Star Wars nerd bag here for a second. They ruined Darth Vader, one of the best villains ever. James Earl Jones did the voice, killed it, scary, intimidating. They killed him in the prequels of Star Wars, man, because we got to see him as a whiny ass kid, and then we saw him as a teenager, lovesick little motherfucker, and then he grows up and he's all angry for no reason. And like, dog, they ruined him, man. Now I don't see James Earl Jones. I see some geeky white kid who just had anger issues, and that's who Darth Vader is now, man. Christian Haydenson. When I used to see him as this intimidating guy in a black suit who would choke out motherfuckers for no reason, man.
But
And
see,
now he's not that no more.
they just did a bad job with the prequel, in my opinion. Because that's the same thing when you watch the movie Jason. Like sometimes I think it would be a good story to see how the hell did he become Jason?
Why? Dude, all you gotta know is he's evil and he wants to kill people.
But
Does it have to have a reason?
But you start in the middle of a movie with a guy with a hockey mask on and just killing people.
That's what makes it scary. The mystery makes it interesting, man, because you wonder, like, how did he get? Remember, I don't know if you saw The Dark Knight, the Batman movie.
Yeah.
How the Joker, the Joker would basically say about how he got the scars on his face, and every time he said it, it would be a completely different story. So we don't know how he got the scars on his face. We don't know how he became evil. And that's what makes it interesting, the mystery of it. Like, how did this guy get so crazy? Then they made the Joker, the movie, and it's like, okay, he's just like some mentally ill guy. Like, it ruins it, man. The mystery is what makes it cool. We don't know why Jason wants to wear a hockey mask and kill people. That's what makes him scary. If we learn that he was abused as a kid, now it's like, he's just some little sad kid.
Yeah, I just think they probably did a poor job of making a good prequel. But sometimes it's kind of like when you watch stuff, you like, why is he doing this? Like what? Because sometimes you get so invested in the story, and it's like, dang, because in the movie you might see this old white guy or his sister. I'm mixing scary movies together. I'm thinking about Halloween now. But it's like, how did this person, why is this person so connected to Jason or Michael Myers? And then it's like, damn, what? Then you kind of thinking like, what happened? Like, what got him like this? And I do think they do a poor job with the prequel because it's always like, oh, he was bullied as a kid and all this other stuff. I do think they could do a better job with that, but I'll be kind of intrigued, like, dang, because I always, when I first started watching Marvel movies, I always wonder why Loki didn't like his brother. Like, what was the beef with that? Why did they disown Loki? Like, what happened? I just think they do a bad job just making him out as a wimp, or he's just this misunderstood kid. So that could be a Disney thing, but
In general, the mystery, like the story we cook up in our head is gonna be more interesting than seeing it play out on screen, man. Most of the time. And that's the issue with doing the backstory. That's the issue with doing the origin story. Like, it makes those characters less cool because they gotta, when you make somebody like Loki, got to show where he's the hero. Now it's hard to go back to Thor 1 and 2 and look at him as a bad guy. When now I sympathize with him, I see what he goes through now. So it kind of ruins a movie, man. So sometimes you just got to hate somebody for the movie to work. And you don't need to know why they became what they are. You just got to let it cook, man.
So you don't want to see what's the name of that movie? With the Wicked Witch of the West. What's the old movie from the 1930s?
The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah, you don't want to see a prequel to the Wizard?
Hell no.
Yeah, the Wicked Witch of the West became the Wicked Witch of the West.
You know they're gonna do that too if they haven't already.
I'll probably give them the oh, you know what? I think they are. I think they are coming out with a movie. I think it's like
I heard something about that, but I'm not surprised they are, man.
Yeah, I think they are, but here's where we are, man.
Miguel said he loved episode 1. I liked episode 1 when I was like 11 years old and I saw it the first time, man. I can't go back to it. It's kind of Star Wars episode 1.
Okay.
Yeah, the first prequel they made of Star Wars. He said, what about the Rob Zombie Halloween? I can't remember that one, man. I know I've seen it, but I can't remember what I thought about it. Bravo says, I get you, Rocket, but a good story can't be beat either. Yeah. I look, if it's a good story and it's a good origin story, but it's just hard to do, especially with a character that becomes iconic. Like, Scar was just some bad guy, man, in Lion King. But now, since he's more popular, they're going to make him like the center of everything. And it's going to be way blown up to a corny level if they did like an origin story for Scar. And it would be weird, man. Sometimes things are just better when it's just, here's the bad guy. He's bad because he's bad. He don't need no motivation to be evil. So, and that's what some great villains you don't have, like Joffrey in Game of Thrones. You know, if you watch Game of Thrones, Joffrey, everybody hates Joffrey. Everybody, that's like the number one most hated villain. Why? Because he don't have a reason for what he does. He's just an asshole. Like, for no reason, he's just a dick. And that's what makes him a great villain. Now, if we saw how he was abused as a kid and the origin story, he wouldn't be a good villain, man. Because you have sympathy for him. To have a good villain, sometimes you just got to be an evil dude who's just evil. That's my take on it, man.
Yeah, I got you. I don't disagree with you, man. But sometimes
I get what you're saying. Like, you're curious about what happened, but sometimes I'm just saying it's better not knowing.
That's true. I'm looking at the best movie villains of all time. You want to get this list?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So number 20 is Michael Myers. Number 19 is T-1000. What movie is this? Oh, Terminator. Terminator 2. Yeah. 18 is Freddy Krueger. 17 is Agent Smith from the Matrix The
Trilogy,
Matrix, yeah, trilogy. Number 16 is Norman Bates from American Psycho or Psycho. Number 15 is was it Palpatine?
Yeah, that Palpatine from Star Wars. See, the good thing about him, he didn't have an origin story. He was just evil to be evil. So they didn't ruin him for the prequels. He was just always an evil guy. We don't know why he's evil. He's just evil.
Okay. 14, the Sheriff of Nottingham. This is Robin Hood. I never seen Robin Hood.
I did, but I don't remember him because there's so many different Robin Hood stories. There was a movie with Kevin Costner. There was a cartoon by Disney. There's a lot of different. There was a one with Russell Crowe. There's a bunch of different Robin Hood movies, man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know about this one. This one, The Prince of Thieves. This one came out in 91. So it's a little older.
I think that's a Kevin Costner one. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Yep, it is. I see. 13 is Nurse Ratchet from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Nest. She was an asshole, man. That was a good movie. Check that. That's a good movie to watch. There's Jack Nicholson in it. And she's evil, man.
Is this based off of the actual show that just came out not that long ago, Ratchet? That came on FX?
Probably.
Okay. I actually never seen this movie. So
it's a good movie, man. Check it out. I know it's older, but it's a good movie, man.
Really? Okay. Number 12 is it Sauron from The Lord of the Rings?
Yep, another guy who's just evil for no reason.
Yeah. 11 is it Gollum? Gollum from Lord of
I don't see Gollum as really a villain, man. Like, yeah, he is, but you kind of feel bad for him. So I don't really see him as a villain. I think they're gonna make a new movie or something with him too. But they made a video game about him for some reason, which is weird. But I don't really see him as a villain.
Okay. Number 10, the Alien from the Alien series.
Another thing you just are scared of and has no reason to kill people or motivation. Is just evil.
Yeah. Number 9, I don't know if you're a Harry Potter guy, but Voldemort.
I know of him. I haven't seen Harry Potter to know, but I think that's another guy who's just evil, man. There's no backstory.
Yeah. Number 8, is it Anton
Chigurh from my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies, No Country for Old Men.
Really? That's your favorite movie?
One of my favorite movies for sure. It depends on how I feel, but it's definitely top 3 for me, man. I love that movie.
Okay. I never seen that movie.
You gotta check it out, man. It's a good movie.
Okay. Number 7, Kylo Ren from
Kylo. Wait, what? Why is he that high, man? That's another sorry ass villain who had like a whole backstory and you feel bad for him. He's not. Nah, this list is fugazi. He's above Anton Chigurh. Nah, this list fugazi, man. This list fugazi. You can read the rest, but now I've already discounted it. Now, man, you can't put Kylo Ren that high.
Number 6 is Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards.
The Nazi. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I saw it once when it came out, and I haven't seen it since. So I don't remember him. But I think that was the same guy who was in Django Unchained, right?
I think so. I don't remember.
What's his name?
Let me see.
He was the Nazi in the beginning, I think. What's his name?
I think he was in Captain America too. Is it Christopher Waltz?
Yeah. He was evil, and I remember that. It was a great scene with him where he like is interrogating his family and finds this Jewish family that's hiding underneath the in the basement, and he has them killed. Yeah, he was a great villain too.
Yeah. Okay. Hannibal Lecter.
Of course, man. Of course, they're gonna have him. Yeah, you can't beat Anthony Hopkins in that role.
Yeah, Hans Gerber from Die Hard.
And too high. Like he's a cool villain, but like, I wouldn't. Good movie though, great movie, but I wouldn't put him as that high as a villain.
Yeah. Number 3, Loki.
Okay, man, this is like a joke. Loki at number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Disney must have paid for this list. I'm sure Darth Vader #1.
He's number 1. Yeah,
I knew it.
but the Joker is number 2.
Okay, Disney 100% paid for this article, man. You know,
Or
got 3 Star Wars villains in the top 10.
yeah, or the person who did this list is a diehard Disney fan.
Yeah, no, that's absurd, man. Come on now.
Yeah, yeah, man. But nah, I get where you coming from though. Like it's better off not to see that backstory.
It is. It ruins it a lot of times, man.
They just need to make a badass backstory though, man. Sometimes it don't really be a backstory or meaning behind stuff. Like you don't have to be bully as a kid to be a killer. Sometimes you just into weird stuff and you just like to kill people.
Yeah. I think it's best that they just like don't like if it's somebody's just you see their growth, but they're always evil. You know, they don't have a traumatic experience that made them that way. Sometimes people are just born messed up in the head, man, but they don't want to do that. They want to have a sad backstory attached to it. So whatever. Miguel did correct us. The origin story for the Wicked Witch of the West is called Wicked. It's a play.
They actually got a movie coming out because remember this the preview actually dropped during the Super Bowl. I don't know if you
yeah, I barely recall it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's actually a movie coming out. So I don't know if I want to see it. they try to make it a little creepy, like I don't want to say Jordan Peele-ish, but you know how they try to slow up the music and they try to do a little of that. So I don't know if I'm gonna see that.
You can't make me care about Wizard of Oz, man. No matter what they do, they could even when they put Michael Jackson in it, Diana Ross.
The Wiz
care about no damn Wizard of Oz story, man. So whatever.
It's funny. I was watching somebody. So I've been listening to Pink Floyd lately, and somebody got me hip to watching the Wizard of Oz. So it's a video on YouTube that actually had the Wizard of Oz playing under the Pink Floyd album, The Dark Side of the Moon.
Okay,
it's actually pretty cool, man. Like it actually go with the song, the songs go with the movie and everything, man. It's actually pretty dope. So if you like a weed smoker or you like to do something like that, man,
there's a lot of theories about that album in particular, man. Like if you play some of it backwards, it's a whole hidden meaning and all that shit. Yeah, that's one of those albums that people done cooked up a whole lot of theories behind. So yeah, very interesting.
They was way ahead of their time with that album too, man. I'm like, I can't believe they was actually made an album like this. Back in 1972 or whatever it was, that was actually wild.
They had the curve, man. Music was something else back then.
Yeah.
Bravo said, all my niggas hate Joffrey. Yeah, man. Everybody, that was the most hated villain, and that's the reason why. There was no reason for him to be evil. He was just a dick to everybody.
Yeah.
Miguel said, I would like to see the backstory on Parker Crane from Insidious. Insidious is one of the movies I've been meaning to see, but I just haven't seen it yet, man. But I've heard nothing but good things. I'm gonna watch it eventually, but I've not seen Insidious yet, man. And Miguel said he saw the play Wicked. He was good. He's cultured like that. Yeah, he's cultured like us artless Philistines who don't watch plays. I don't like plays, man. I want to go see the Temptations play with my parents, and it was good, but I just don't like plays, man. I don't like musicals either. Musicals really bug me in general. So yeah.
I don't like how they try to do like a play of a classic movie. Like they tried to do the what was the movie that came out like in the 90s? The New Jack City. They did the New Jack City play with Alan Payne actually playing in the play. And I'm just like, man, like I don't want to see this, man. Like I don't know the movie by heart. Like I don't want to play of it. It's not the same.
Yeah, I'm not really a play guy, man. I'll see a movie, but the play, I don't know. You gotta fucking go over intermission. You gotta be quiet and
move the stage and move the
set. Yeah, man. It's I don't know. I'm not a play guy. Bravo said that boy Ramsay on Game of Thrones was an evil mother. Yeah, he was evil. He's another guy who like you kind of felt bad for him because he had daddy issues too. So that kind of made him at least worse than Joffrey to me. But I mean, not as bad, not as evil as Joffrey, but he was bad because he was skinning people alive and shit, man. So yeah, he was definitely one of the best villains on the show. The guy that came in the last season, I forget his name already, but he sucked. They tried to make him like the next Ramsey, and he just wasn't that, man. He was ass. So Miguel said, you know, one of the people, I guess one of the Oompa Loompas, not the Oompa Loompas, the small people hung themselves in the old version of Wizard of Oz. No, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, I know they cut that out now.
Dog, what's crazy? The Twilight Zone movie. I don't know if you heard about this, but there was a accident. There was a helicopter scene in like a scene where a guy is rescuing some Vietnamese kids in like Vietnam in the war, and he's running, and they have like a it's shot on location. It's during a rainstorm and all that, and there's an accident on the in the movie or on the set. The helicopter crashes, and the blades chop up the actor and the kids.
Damn.
So they died on set, man. This movie's still released. It came out, and they were still in it.
Oh,
But the actor and the kids who were playing in the movie died instantly when that happened.
damn.
And yeah, that movie still came out. They released it, man. It was wild. It made the whole thing with Rust seem like it was nothing, man, with Alec Baldwin when he shot that lady. So yeah, it's just crazy, man.
That's kind of like that movie. Was that movie Raven? The Raven with
Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son.
Yeah, he died in it. They actually showed the part where he died. He got shot. I don't know if that was the actual scene of him actually getting shot, but that during that part, I guess that was the scene where he actually got killed, and then he came back. It was somebody else, obviously.
Yeah.
I thought that was strange, man. I mean, I guess it's too much money invested to just scrap the whole movie, but I don't know. To me, that's kind of insensitive, man. We're just like, damn, like my family got killed on there. My son got killed, and now I gotta, and now y'all just went on to make the movie without him.
Dog, you want to talk about weird? Now, number one, there's a couple things there. I think the movie was almost finished, and so it was more of a tribute than it was like, we exploiting the guy because he died. But yeah, that was a messed up scene, man. The gun had blanks, but somehow the blank fired a projectile, like some plastic thing came out and it killed him anyway. So yeah, that was crazy. Also, they're remaking The Crow, and some people are upset. I think the Lee family is upset about it because they think it's insensitive to make it after, and not involve anybody who was involved with that. And yeah, I think there's some controversy behind it, but they're remaking that. And also, you want to talk about insensitive. So Bruce Lee made a movie called Game of Death, ironically. And he died. He shot a few fight scenes for it, but then he died.
Yeah.
They still made this movie and put it out, even though he only shot like a few scenes of fight. He had a fight scene with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and they put that at the end of the movie. It was a good fight scene too. It was crazy. But so the movie is not even close to being finished. So what they did is they hired a lookalike for Bruce Lee. And they had him act out the entire movie, and they hid his face with glasses the whole time. And the plot of the movie is like he faked his death. And so in the movie he faked his death, and they showed real scenes of Bruce Lee's funeral in the movie as part of it, like the part of where he died and he faked his death.
Oh man,
that is the worst after death movie ever made, man.
Damn, I ain't know all that.
It's insane. It's a terrible move what they did to that, because there is no way that movie could be finished, and they just did it anyway to capitalize off the success and the hype around Bruce Lee. So yeah, it's crazy, man.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Yeah, that's awful, man.
My mom said the director was John Landis. I think the director of The Crow. That was wait, what did he do? Was he The Crow? I don't know. I gotta look that up. Or Twilight Zone, I think.
Oh, okay.
But, Yeah, it was crazy, man. A lot of, I don't know how we got on this weird stories of Hollywood tangent, but this is a typical Jim the Juice podcast when not a lot happens this week, man. We go on the woods and we go down rabbit holes and we just talk with y'all about anything. So
Yeah, stuff that ain't even on the rundown.
we done passed the rundown a million miles ago, man. We in a whole nother state and zip code. It's about at the 3-hour mark, man. So I think it probably is about time to end this show. Figgy, you got anything you want to promote, man?
Nah, man. Whenever you guys get a chance, man, go out to Atomic Wings. I've been doing some content with them, man. Like I said a couple weeks ago, we had a little flip there. This past week we had Ruben Dominguez from Fox 26. He came through. We ate some wings and all that. So yeah, man, stop by, man. Tell them Figgy Fig sent you there. And yeah, man, I think that's all I got going on. I got a couple things going on, man. So I'm super excited, man.
Cooking it up. All right, man. We appreciate all y'all for stopping by. And whatever platform you watch, Instagram, X, YouTube. Please, if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to our podcast on YouTube. Our name is Gems and Juice Podcast on YouTube. Please subscribe if you can. Leave a like. We appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm and helps people discover us. So we do appreciate that.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. Yeah, I know a lot of people watching on my Twitter, but whenever you get the chance, man, just go to YouTube, just hit the subscribe, man. That's gonna help us out a lot. I forgot how many actual likes we got or subscribers we got right now, but
you look it up right now. Have it pulled up.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it now, but yeah, man.
We are at almost 200, so let's get 200, please. We need 20 more.
Yeah, honestly, let's try to run this up, man. I think if we get to like 1,000, I think we get a nice little gift.
You get a play button or something.
Yeah,
I think it's
I think you can actually get tips and all that stuff if you get
that's right. You get the play button, I think, at like 10,000 or some other crazy number. But it would be nice to be able to monetize this channel at some point. So if you can, please just hit that subscribe button. You know, we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank you for everybody who stopped by for the podcast, man, and chopped it up with us on YouTube, Instagram, X. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And until next time,
peace.